No, because I don't have my microphone on. Good start, good start. Okay, well. Okay, this is why I have closed captions on, just because of that little instant. People can still see the subtitles. So anyway, we are back with Stellaris. Last week, we ended up taking the Ascension perk to become the Crisis, and we are about halfway towards level 2. So things are plodding along. We have about 400 years until the end of the game. Let me just bring up the situation log. Yes. So here we go. So victory conditions. On January the 1st, 2700, the 24 runners will win the game, because it is obviously based on all those various lovely stats: economic strength, technology level, systems owned, colonies, population, yada yada yada. But we are sitting currently at number 8 with a score of 5,694, which is about an eighth of what the 20 have. We have no idea who is in second place because we've not met them yet. But honestly, if we ignore the human star core, then we're not too far off kind of being able to push ourselves much higher in the rankings. So, and we can see as we are here, we are currently in 2 wars, unfortunately, though I am hiding or blocking them, just because, well, unfortunately there's no real good place for me to put my camera. So anyway, so we are at war against the Birdians and the human diaspora for the Pickling annexation attempt. However, the human diaspora cannot actually make their way through the human star core territory, so despite how it looks, we are just fighting against the Empire of Birdia. And right at the end of the last stream, the Inaris decided to declare war against us. So they want a bunch of our planets and systems, including our home planet, whereas the Birdiers want, yeah, pretty much the same. So if we were to happen to lose against someone, well, they would have to still fight the other one for our home system potentially. Now, I'm very much expecting Framfred here. Let me just have a look. Yes. So the Inaris have that claimed as one of their things, and because we lost a war against the Olbars and they took up Japri, Ostik, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce how that's supposed to be. It has meant that Framfred is kind of isolated, so if the Inaris take that, no matter. And let me actually just see the Olbars. So you are rivals. Nope, not with the Inari that I can see. You are at war with the 001. Oh dear. That's not good. They're the determined exterminator robots. And the Inari. Okay, you have closed borders to the Inari, so they cannot get through here. So if we basically push our forces from up here downwards, then we should be fine. If we ignore the fact that there's about what was that, 4.6k? Yeah, if we ignore the fact that there's about 4.6k troops there and we've only got 2.8 up here. We do have 5.6, but it is all the way down here. And we are severely lacking in alloys to be able to get anything. though we do have enough points to get a new tradition. What can we do? Star-based influence or new colony? Start with 1 additional pop. Honestly, I think this one is probably going to benefit us better. And also, last stream, we actually finished our precursor race kind of quest logs. So we now have the last bowl. So once every 10 years, once we have 3000 unity, we can activate this and turn one of our colonized planets into a Gaia world, which is always going to be fun. So with that just looked at, we can actually upgrade something here. We can upgrade our home, not our home planet. So we did also have a relic world that spawned in our areas, so we can upgrade our planetary administration building. That will require does they upkeep? No, okay, that doesn't require any special things, and I think for the moment I'll actually leave that, as we do have 4 jobs available. So time product, debris, losing intel, relic activation, and independence guaranteed, which is probably why the Inaris came to fight with us. Okay, apparently we have a bunch of unity we can actually use. Where on earth has that come from? Well, anyway, starbase upkeep reduced by 20%. Okay, there we go, that's better. Right, so apparently we had 2 options available to us rather than just the one it looked like. So we are coming down here, and let's just have a look.
Hostile station engaged.
So a tiny little station of 202 fleet power defeated. And then let's come up here and just start honestly wiping out all of this, because the birdiers, yeah, pathetic, inferior and inferior. So oh, we can... Oh, I was going to say we can sue for peace. Oh, is that a new option? No, it's just the old one. It's just the standard one that's always been there. So what can we do? Can we upgrade this? If we had enough forces, we could potentially do so. So let me just have a look. And have a look at a few things. Oh, there we go. Hello, Blue Coneflower. How are you doing today? So we're in a bit of a tricky situation, at least in me. Who on earth are you and where are you? So kind of interconnected rings. Okay, you're up here and you're up against the 001 matrix. Good luck. Is there any other name you go by? And you could call me Blue or Corn, by the way. It's... Well... I suppose you could just say, call me PT, if you want. Hello there, Upasin. How are you doing? I hope you've been feeling better the past few days. I've seen you around on the Discord, having a few chats with things. Hope things are going well with everyone. I hope you've been enjoying your Saturday so far. So anyway, we want to just get rid of that. We probably want to grab a few more alloys off the market. Oh my goodness, okay. They are, yeah. They are selling for an awful lot at the moment. Yeah, oh sorry, Positronics is fine. If you want to have a shorter version, you can just call me PT. So that's fine with me. Upasin, busy in your kitchen, couldn't pop in right from the start. No worries, don't worry about that. Okay, so we are apparently selling a bunch of alloys each month anyway, so let me actually just pause and have a look. So We are using 40 for our monthly trades, we're consuming that, but we are gaining 94. So that is probably the buying 15 consumer goods is 40. Okay. I'll pass in. I'm someone who always prefers to have the bad news first and then the good news afterwards. So for me, yeah, bad news first. I think actually if I just remove the alloys that we're selling each month and see how that... Okay, that is tanking our economy. Right, okay. Yeah, let's just add that back in. At least a little bit lower potentially. Let's do 10. See if that helps out. And that should bring us back up to... yeah, positive. Hostile fleets. Okay, that's just a little 1.2 thing. I got distracted. So we want to grab that, and then there is... oh, okay, you've actually gained a few fleets from here, I can see. Okay, that is interesting. They've managed to grab all of that in it. And obviously we've also got our... oh, okay, yeah. So the Inaris are going to be coming up here as expected. We can upgrade this. That's going to take 2 years though. I don't think we're going to be able to manage that in time. So passing yesterday, condition became much worse, called an ambulance. Operator said they can't... oh my... they couldn't send you one. Is that because there weren't any available? Oh gosh. That must have been quite, yeah, I won't mince words, that must have been quite terrifying to be told that. So what is our fleet power here? That's about 10,000. Could we pull back our fleet a little bit, let our station take a bit? Yeah, that must have been terrifying to just be basically told, nope, we can't do that for you. Oh. Okay, you are trying to flee.
Give them a broadside.
Okay. When I asked why they couldn't, like, if they sent you one, someone who called them earlier would die. Oh. Yeah, so very much a situation where they're having to not necessarily ration things, but they have to be very aware of where they're sending the ambulances and who they're sending them to, yes. Ouch. Ouch, indeed. Okay, the Inari forces are heading up north. Are you at war with someone else? No. Okay. So, and the good news I'm hoping is that you woke up this morning feeling a lot better. Please tell me that's your good news. Hey, we apparently have someone who doesn't have a job here. Planetary deficit, we need some minerals. And we can continue on with that.
A station is under attack.
So 4,000 versus 5,300. I think actually if we retreat back to here, and then we can use that as our forward operating base, hopefully, and we can go through and
Research complete.
start picking up and picking off all of these fleets down here, because it will be really, really good to actually wipe out the birdiers, because that will give us a huge boost to our score for becoming the crisis. Completed research, standardized battleship patterns, which means battleship build speed is now increased by 25% and the build cost is down by 5%. So what do we want next? Hello, Apache, I'm presuming that's you, Opasin. Left a donation of £3, fixed the PayPal issue. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're going to go for the advanced strike craft and get that down, because as far as I'm aware, the strike craft are still an option that is kind of a bit overpowered in the game, at least for now. So we also have a bit of low stability on one of our planets, which is this one for some reason. Okay. Why is the stability low? Top rating? Is this honestly just because it's low habitability, or I'm not really sure. Well, if you've got low stability, that means crime's going to go up. Do we have a branch office of anyone there? Nope, I don't think so. Nothing that we can have there. Okay, this is... I have no idea why the rating is so low here. And yeah, passing, I can imagine that if you're feeling bad, or if you're feeling bad enough that you need to call an ambulance, it's probably quite stressful thinking about managing how you are managing your symptoms. And yeah, I hope here I can provide an enjoyable bit of respite for you, at least for the time being. So this low stability may honestly just be because there's no jobs, so I'll leave that for the moment. So we're lacking a bit of housing for here. So let's build up a city district just to make sure we've got that done. And you have unemployed, so let's do another city situation there. So 4,100. I think we'll go into here and start fighting them out. Okay, so people are starting to fracture, which is an interesting thing to see. So we are against, or at war against the Inari, so we want to bring into the fold so we can make them a vassal. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be able to accomplish that just yet, but we can always try. And obviously, quite at the moment, the bulk of my forces are going to be focused down to here. Passing, unfortunately, medical education allows you to do a little self-help. Not a big fan of self-treatment, but it's a special situation. Yeah. It's like, or one of those things. It's kind of like, if you know how to manage the symptoms and keep yourself safe, then that's always a beneficial thing to do. It's kind of like one of these things that I see around a fair bit, where it's talking about like home remedies and such, and it's kind of like something like, say, like ginger to soothe the stomach, something else for this, and then like paracetamol and a doctor for other things, i.e. some things which are small symptoms that can be managed at home, you use some kind of herbal remedies which do work, but for the actual serious things, yeah, you do genuinely see a proper medical professional for it. But I hope that your situation improves and you're able to get back to being as you were before. Now, how are we doing on this? We are winning. We're taking some major losses, but we are pulling forwards just about. Oh, okay. The unrest on Daltaria Prime has led to mounting calls for the locals for a more pronounced military presence. Okay, so militarist ethics attraction plus 100%, which honestly, you know, that probably wouldn't actually be too bad in our situation, because we have become, or taken the first step towards becoming the crisis, so being more militaristic wouldn't be too bad. However,
Technology secured.
so the ability has gone up 3%. So what I'm actually going to do is, we don't want a stronghold, we want a precinct. Do we? Precinct or stronghold? I'm sure there was one of these that helped up with stability. I'm gonna say, yeah, precinct household, because I imagine crime is going to start increasing a decent amount. So we still have 2.9 fleet there. So if we just take out the station and come back up here. Now, where are the Inaris? Are they still just flitting around? It looks like it. So Starbase is being upgraded. Our defences. Probably, we can only afford one for the moment, but I'll put that in and actually move it up so we have that done sooner. Research gamma lasers, we've done that one. Oh goodness, this is a bit chaotic. Okay, so we can increase our encryption, we can increase our code breaking. We can unlock a plasma accelerator, or we can do experimental subspace navigation, which is just for our science ships, which is, you know, not really that useful with us at the moment. I'm not sure if it unlocks anything further down the line. Planetary shield generator is better against orbital bombardment. We're not quite there yet. So things, it keeps on actually popping up, and it might unlock something better. I will unlock that option. So can we reinforce this? We can upgrade it. Unfortunately, only one ship is able to be upgraded. So the Inaris are running very hot and cold against the Birdiers. And I love how this fleet has 2 stars on it, essentially. No, that wasn't Wormhole Research, Blue Coneflower. That was the experimental subspace navigation, which is what allows the science ships to jump around different systems without needing a direct path there. It might unlock some kind of wormhole navigation. I'm not 100% sure. There are some of these research paths that I'm not... Like, I know some of them lead to a specific thing, but I can't quite remember every single one of them. So it's like a jump drive for science ships. Yeah, pretty much yes. So it'll pass in, like, you will need the hospital to perform a CT scan, but you don't need treatment in hospital with ventilation. So, okay, yes. So, a little bit better. Not amazing, because obviously you are getting hit pretty bad by it from the sounds of it, but being able to stay out of hospital for the moment, at least, is a good thing. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for you. So what can we do here? Some tile blocker clearing, because we do have at least one planet that I know needs that. Faction unity bonus, plus 10%. And starbase building, deep space black site. So the stability on that is interesting, so I'm going to actually grab that and hope that that helps us a little bit with the stability here. Precinct houses will be done in less than a month in game time. And there we have it. Yep, sure, no problem, we'll pass in. So that may not change anything immediately. We can upgrade it. Yes, there we go. Okay, so it increases stability by +2 on that base level, and an upgrade gives it +5. So yes, I'm going to do that. We have enough volatile motes that we can float that for the time being. Okay, you are being slightly annoying. You are being slightly annoying, so we're going to come down here. And I think we are going to push forwards into the rest of the territory, and then we can kind of sweep around, hopefully clear out all of these and be able to force some kind of peace. How are we doing against the Inaris? They have 18% war exhaustion against our 8%. Yeah, I thought so. They have decided to come through and take Framfred, which no problem. They can't get anywhere to us from there. We can't get to them. And what has reached its capacity? Our influence. So claims, that's not claims. So what else can we do? So we've claimed all of Birdia space. And let's actually see. So we now know pretty much where all of the Opars are. And the human star core does expand down a little bit to here. So do we want to try and wipe out the Opars, or do we want to focus on the Inaris? Let's have a look. So the Opars do have an overwhelming fleet power compared to us. And the Inaris are just superior. So we are... So our war is to try and, for lack of a better term, subjugate the Inari. So would it be better saving our influence? These... I mean, it's not major... Like, it's not a major decision or anything. It's just a question of what would be better served and where. So there we go, we've got that one back. So then we can come back here and defeat that fleet again. We are pretty much almost equal on war exhaustion. The person thought I planned to play CK3 on stream today. No, that is scheduled for... let me actually have a look at my calendar. Because there is a new DLC being released for CK3 in the beginning of February. So I have that planned for not next weekend, not the 5th, but the 12th of February. So we're going to be playing CK3 with the Royal Court DLC and having fun with all of that and seeing what things are going to potentially come out from that. So Stellaris is a not a stopgap measure, but it's a series that obviously fills kind of the same niche in terms of a grand strategy game by Paradox with a bunch of DLC. Okay, so we do have gateway travel, so that may have been locked behind the jump drives for the science ships. Let's just have a look. What else do we have? Yeah, let's go for gateway travel because we do have one gateway in our system. We also have an L gate over here. So for all we know, the gateway could honestly just lead us straight into Inari space, which if we open it up while we're right in the middle of war with them would not be the best thing. Do we actually know if there are any other... Okay, so that's a natural wormhole. So we do have, or the Inari have one of them up here, so that could link there, or it could honestly just be absolutely anywhere else, because it's not always... So natural wormhole, that would be really amusing if those two linked up though, I will say that. Anything else? Or any other wormholes or gateways or anything that I know about? That's an L gate there. No, that looks about it. Okay. So it could put us in a random bit of the galaxy, or it could just pop us over to one of our neighbours. Who knows?
Research complete.
So what do we have here? We could upgrade and get the Citadel unlocked. Alloy Megaforges. One per planet. It would increase the amount of alloys we would be getting each month. No, Citadels. There we go. Blue Coneflower. So you can choose no endgame crisis to occur naturally in the game. Yep, yes indeed you can. So if I just quickly save this and we can That is not what I wanted. I always keep on thinking that there's an option to have a look at the game settings. So yes, so we can have, so crisis strength is completely off, which, okay, I'm presuming because the strength is 0, that means that we won't have anything, because obviously if there is, like, the crisis strength is 0, then there's no crisis. And yeah, so that is something that hopefully we won't have to deal with, just because I do want to see us obviously becoming the crisis itself. I can actually probably have a look at that. Stellaris crisis. Let me just see. Yeah, so I am kind of presuming it is going to be a situation where if the crisis strength is set to 0, then you don't have anything. But obviously, even if we do get a crisis with its strength being set to 0, it's probably not going to be much of a crisis. So either way, it is honestly just going to be us against the non-crisis galaxy.
Our station is under attack.
Okay, so that is there, and we did fall back, so we can try and reinforce and upgrade our system.
Technology
Or
secure.
upgrade our fleets, so we have a small edge. And we can reverse engineer minor artifacts. We can get some more naval capacity. We can do artificial moral codes. Let's have a look. Blue Coneflower. If a crisis does spawn, there's a mod. Maybe I can install it and load to a point before the crisis happens. Yeah, that could be an option as well. I'm probably not overly fussed if it does spawn in. If it does spawn in and it's suddenly done a stack overflow where it's accidentally set to like times 25, then I'll probably consider that, but I'll just see what happens. So, reverse engineer minor artifacts. Yeah, let's grab that one just so we can do that and see what happens. The reinforcements in transit, 2,900 there. They shouldn't be coming through to the rear door system because the station itself has 7.1 thousand fleet power just on its own. How are you doing here? 7.5, and that's before upgrading to the Star Fortress. So there we go, and we should be able to upgrade that to a citadel very, very soon. So what is that? That's just telling me about that being done. Goodness, oh goodness, 2%. 2% stability. Oops. Okay, seriously, why are you not happy? So, happiness at 0%. Is it honestly just because you are not my, Yeah, it just honestly looks like it's because it's, like, not our main species. Slow down speed to fix the problem. The stability, yeah. The thing is, I was going to say, I'm not quite sure how to do it. I suppose we could obviously increase his stability, so soldiers on the planet. But the thing is, we don't have soldiers, we have police. So we'd need to actually get some police, move some people from one of these planets where we've actually got an excess of population, which I don't think we actually have. Plus, also, I'm not sure if... Okay, we have one unemployed person over here. Unfortunately, they have 0% habitability. So, yeah, so let's move you over there. Who else could I move? So yes, I can move you across as well. If only I could build robots. Yes. That is an interesting point. So who here is not really doing an important job? And I say important by I mean if I move them over, they're not going to just completely tank the economy. Oh, miner, can move a couple of you over. Farmer as well. And what else? I probably want to keep you there. And yeah, okay, so I'll keep it like that for the moment. Oh goodness, do I actually have... if I moved this species out and moved my primary species in, it will be worse because my primary species has 0% habitability for this. What I might actually do instead, so Tauri Prime, time to activate our relic. So let's go and new bow life seeding. So there we go. Our environmental specialists are pleased to report that the terraforming process on Tauri Prime has completed. As a result of the process, not quite fully understood to our geneticists, a number of new bow populations have appeared. So we suppose we shall have to deal with them. Excellent. More slaves or incredible? So I'll suppose we'll have to deal with them. So that has obviously kind of wrecked things a little bit because we have not enough housing, not enough amenities, and there are 4 unemployed pops. But we are building that stronghold, so that should help out a little bit. And let me just go here and choose our next technology thing to research. Ooh, that is tempting. A slave army, but it wouldn't really do much. Let's go for our system capital complexes. So, Upasin, do you have someone who rules your nation? Or in the current game you choose another political regime? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the second question. For the first one, when you create a species to play in Stellaris, you have a few different rulership options. So you can choose, I think, what was it? So you can have a species which elects a new ruler every 10 years, every 20 years, every 40 years. You can have, what we have is a dictatorship where our next ruler is only elected when our current ruler dies. There is also one where you have a hand-picked successor, like already in place for when your empire dies, or you can be a merchant republic. I've not really played that, so I'm not 100% sure how the rulership works on that one. But you do have a leader, and in some situations, let me just go over here to the human Star Corps. So, despite the fact that the human Star Corps is a human population, their leader is actually of a completely different species. So you can have things that turn out like that just completely randomly, which is always interesting to see when you get communications from a species and you go, it's like, Wait, weren't you like a human or plantoid or something like that? And they just have a completely different one. And of course, annoyingly, the rackets are psychic, so the human the human Starcore has a little bit of a benefit in that. So each ruler has their own specific traits. If you have one of the ones where you run an election, you can have a look at the traits and select one that is going to be more beneficial for you in the long term. You can kind of throw your support behind that person. I think the same thing will happen with us because we will have a choice. But if you have the one where the successor is already handpicked, you don't have any choice. You just have to deal with whoever it is. So for us, I can't remember how long this one has been in rulership. I think we've had the same ruler for the entirety of the game so far. So anyway, they have the Explorer trait, which means science ship build cost minus 25% and anomaly research speed plus 33%, which is brilliant in the early game. Space miner, so we get a boost to our mining station outputs and the build cost is reduced. And then Eye for Talent means +1 the level leader cap and plus 20% experience gains. So they all have their own kind of small traits and pluses and minuses. You can get leaders suddenly getting, say, the arrested development trait, which means that they no longer can gain experience. They can get things like stubborn. They can have what is it? It's not chemical fascination. Chemical fascination is from RimWorld, but they can be addicted to drugs, and that obviously impacts things as well. Ooh, the human diaspora has declared the Obar Commissariat their rival. So at the moment, to pass in, my main problem to solve right now is the Birdiers over here declared war on us because they want some of our territory. Then the Anari decided that they were going to guarantee the Birdiers independence, and then they also declared war on us for some of our territory. So at the moment, what happens with the wars is that when one side reaches 100% war exhaustion, a peace can be automatically enforced after 3 years, I think it is. So basically, the Anari want to conquer some of our territory, so if we look down here, if we surrendered, they would get 6 of our systems and 2 of our planets. If we were to settle the status quo, they would get 1, because they are occupying this territory here, but that will be it. We would just have a minor border change here. And if we were to somehow push through and win, we would make the Inaris our vassal, which means they would serve under us and I think pay us some of their economic gains, and I think we can also use their fleets as our own. The Coneflower robot leaders, I don't think they die, so you better hope if you have a robot empire that you get a good ruler when you start. And the Birdiers down here, so our war goal is to conquer, so basically we would want to come through here and wipe out as much of them as we potentially could do. So they are still gaining back a few amounts of the fleets, and we are trying to reinforce and upgrade as we are. So yeah, basically we pass in at the moment. Our goal is to win some wars, do a bit of research in the background. Apparently we are losing a bunch of food, so I'll remove that and that will slow the loss down. And we can actually reduce this a little bit because we don't need quite as many consumer goods. We are making enough. That should bump up our economy a little bit. And let's buy some food for the moment, just to get that back up because we have plenty of money for all of that. So you are 2,900. We are, wow, okay, 5,400. I think we can come in and take them. I think we can come in and take them with that. How is this fleet doing? You seem to be doing fine.
Fleet engaged. Give them a broadside.
And we'll upgrade you just quickly. And then come down
The
here.
fleet has been refitted.
There we go, okay. And we can push forwards once again. And this song always makes me think of the Avengers. I don't know what it is, but it just seems to have the same patter. I think that's the word to it. So anyway, with the Birdiers, they are at 75% war exhaustion. We are at 72%. So still not quite enough to force some kind of peace on them. And seeing as we see one of the fleets coming up here, we're going to push forwards onto that one. Yeah, the initial bit of it seems to have the same patter as the Avengers, or one of the songs for the Avengers. There we go, so we've got that one. And then we can come down here. So let's see. Okay, so that is an army there. And oh my goodness. Oh, that is cute. So their starbase I remind you, for their home system, has only a 1.7 fleet power. And let's have a look at your little tiny home planet. Army strength. Okay, 225, that's not bad. So our transport fleet is in orbit over this system, which makes sense. So we want to reinforce that from probably here. What armies can we recruit? We can recruit a Gene Warrior army. Let's do that. Let's get 4 of those up. And we do apparently need a few amenities here. So which ones give us those? Unfortunately, none of them from the looks of it. And do we really need the stronghold? Let me have a look. We could probably actually replace this. Oh, nope, didn't want to do that. Whoops. So we can replace this with... We're good on housing, so let's do it with a hollow theatre. We already do have one of those, so let's just move that. And just keep an eye on all of these battles, because this one is going to be fairly interesting when it comes through. There we go. All of those fleets, all of those fights is going to mean basically nothing compared to how strong our fleet is. Oh, and we do need some new engineering research. There we go, we could get robot workers. So yeah, you know what, let's actually get that in, seeing as we are having a few issues and that will only take us 4 months to complete. Let me actually have a look here. So Empire Spool looks okay. Oh, okay, we've got some reinforcement fleets coming in. This may be a bit tricky for us. Oh, yep, okay, we are... Oh, yep, okay, we are not doing too well. There we go, we've just lost that. Whoops. But hopefully that should return over a year's time, which is not amazing. So this honestly may end up just being a one that ends up just being another white piece situation, which is unfortunate because the Birdiers are the ones that keep on attacking us. How is this fleet doing up here? So let me just have a look. Okay, so we could reinforce it with one crew, so that's basically what it's telling me at the moment. Everything else seems to be fine. We can gain a new system, so Empire Sprawl down by 25%. Yeah, so this is one of the things that is going to be fairly interesting with the 3.3 patch, in that the Empire Sprawl is massive. There we go, we got our robot workers. And what do we want next? Civilian fabrications, fusion missiles. I think we'll go for city district housing. And as we're just about to unlock those system capital complexes, we'll stay here for the moment.
Research complete.
And we can get our next bit of research. Which, Hyper Entertainment Forums. Just as I'm finishing building that new Holo Theatre, this is the upgraded version of it. So I could have just waited if I knew. Yes, let's grab that one. And also I think, while we're waiting for our second fleet to come through, I think we will do this one and do that, so then we can get some of that being built.
Starbase is lost.
And yes, our starbase, we're losing things. Unspent civic points. So we do have options to actually come through here and add a new civic to our thing, and here we can actually see the different rulership options. So we'll pass in. There we go. Democratic holds an election every 10 years to select a new ruler. Every 20 years. This one holds an election upon ruler death. Upon ruler death, a designated successor becomes a new ruler. A hive mind, which you can obviously only get if you are hive-minded. There we go, machine intelligence, so leaders are immortal. So basically you need to be a machine intelligence already to have that. Or you have the corporate. Okay, so yes, 20, yeah. So corporate is 20 years, but that is kind of a special one for merchant guilds. So we can, if we really wanted to, add a new option to us. So what would actually benefit us best? Oh, edicts, don't really worry about that. Diplomatic corps, not really. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that out in a moment. Okay, environmentalist, functional architecture, mining guilds, philosopher kings. We could do a police state, that could be interesting. Crusader Council, technocracy. There's nothing there that immediately jumps out to me, but Blue Coneflower, if you have anyone that you want to look at, same with you, pass in, and we can have a look and see if there's a better or more interesting option for us. So no worry about that, Upasin. I just wanted to make sure I actually could read it and get the patter right. So, an eager Primarch of Aquatics tried to dominate over Galactic, but with that two-front war, or he even fought for, he forgot and lost talents in tactics. So Blue Coneflower, yes, so we can reform our government. So if we wanted to, we can't remove anglers or anything, but if we wanted to, we could remove pompous purists and take two different kind of diplomatic-esque options. So we've got like functional architecture, so building and district costs would be reduced by 15% and would give us +1 building slots. So we would need to save up a bit of unity to actually do all of this. Yeah, so let me just have a look at... let me just bring it up. So Stellaris civics list. So I'll pop this link in if anyone wants to have a look at that and suggest any options. And yeah, pretty much if you have a suggestion that would help us out or be an interesting choice, let me know. Okay, so yeah, we can't quite upgrade that yet because we still need the technology. We have one fleet that is still missing somewhere, and where are you? So the Spinel effect, and we want a leader. We want someone who is going to be... Yeah, let's choose that one and assign you. Am I interested in changing the civics? If anyone has some interesting suggestions that would help us out, then feel free. We can add one to what we currently have, which is... So anglers, which we cannot change, gives some of our agricultural districts jobs over to pearl finders, which gives us some additional consumer goods, I think it is. And the other one that we have is the pompous purists. So trust growth plus 30% and available envoys plus 2. But it means that we have to be the initiator of diplomatic things. So we could unlock Wormhole Travel. We could also have Positronic. Very amusing. Positronic AI. And Blue Coneflower, I'll abstain from suggesting. No worries, it was just more... There's nothing specific to change to that immediately interests me. It's kind of one of those things where I honestly just set it at the beginning of the game and that is it. It stays like that. But if anyone has any suggestions to change things up a little or make it a bit more interesting, then I'm open to that. So we could do chemical plants and get us some more volatile motes. I think we'll go for Wormhole Travel. And once again, we'll just keep the research tree open for the moment.
Research complete.
And what can we do here? So the interstellar campaign keeps on flicking up, so I think we'll actually take that. Thing is, it seems to really want me to take it. So city district housing will pop up in a moment. And there we go.
Complete.
And what can we do? So robot modification points plus 2 and robo modding. Or exotic gas refineries. Or cruiser hull points. I think I'm going to go for cruiser hull points. And that means, yep. So we can upgrade our hollow theatre. And our stability is absolutely fine, so we can leave that as it is. Our stability is slowly climbing up on this here. Oh, okay. And we can upgrade that one there, but we are perfectly fine. So, the birdiers have reached 100% war exhaustion. And they are offering us a status quo, which basically means seeing as they've come through and retaken the territory that we had, then they are basically saying, yeah, nothing's going to change. I don't think so, however. Oh, so that fleet is back as well, so we can bring that one down. And 001 Matrix is just calling us up to yell. Yes, I'm very surprised that the Inaris have basically done nothing in terms of trying to push forwards and take territory. So I wonder, do we have enough time to potentially push through and take some of the birdiers' territory or not? So Blue Coneflower, Reanimators and Death Cult Civics might be interesting for an evil roleplay. Yes, I could have a look at those ones and see if they fit in. They might be honestly a bit better suited for a necromancy. Okay, so apparently these are... Okay, yes, we can merge them. A necromancy-esque one. Let me just have a look at those. So reanimators is... These aren't in alphabetical order, annoyingly. Okay, anyway, so death cult, so can construct, sacrifice buildings and sacrifice edicts. So we would need to be spiritualist to take those, which unfortunately we are not. We are materialist instead. So that is like we would have to really change our governing ethics to be able to do that, which I suppose if there is one that is... I can never remember how to check all of this. Because obviously you can like manage factions, so we can change our governing ethics on this. So that would be... Okay, there we go. So that would get us to xenophile. This would make us even more xenophobic. This would... egalitarian. Militarist. That is another authoritarian. Okay, yeah, so we could have the option, but I think that one's going to be a bit more difficult and obviously kind of shift away from what we have. And then you also suggested reanimators as an option. That could be one that we take, especially if we were able to manage that so that it's not our species that is doing that, but some, like one of the other ones. But yeah, for now, yeah, possibly a bit tricky to manage those effectively. Let's see, 93% war exhaustion for us. And let's merge these two fleets together. That is 3.5, and there's a 818 down here. And yeah. Someone shouting at us once again. Building slot +1 or habitability. Climate restoration, no, I don't think that's really... Let's just go on to the habitability because that is one of the things that we are still having a bit of trouble with. And Wormhole Travel in... now.
Technology secured.
Yep, there we go. So tachyon sensors. Let's clear out that one. Yes, we now have an option for, I think that was the Wormhole Travel. So if we were to happenstance find an abandoned or a natural wormhole, which, let's say, that was not here. I know we had one nearby, so yep. If we were able to get up here, we could explore that one. That just leaves us that as an option. And there we go.
Summon the fleets. War has been declared against us.
Okay, maybe we should just pull out of this war. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll settle the status quo with you. Okay, so they have this section. So you can do 3 of those and upgrade that one. Just to make sure that we have that section reinforced. And we obviously have the Inari that are over here, but they cannot get through. And then we have the Opars who have just declared war on us. Ooh. The Tabazoids have completed construction of the Black Crown. So the abandoned gateway in the Doria system has suddenly become reactivated. So someone else has basically come through and activated their gateway, which has activated R1. So, ooh, that is interesting. So we now have a little path up to here. Now, do you like us or not? The answer is probably obviously not. So obviously we have some Casus Belli against them. And do we actually have a free... Let's remove the one from the Empire of Burdia, seeing as we are quite a bit stronger than them. And we need to choose our war goal for the Opars. Let's just do a standard claim war. And we can figure that one out. Settle status quo on that is still going to take us a while. And you are here. And we can reinforce you. So seeing as we are doing a claim war against the Opars, it's probably worthwhile coming in here and basically getting as many of their systems as we can and lay claim to it. Because otherwise we won't be able to actually take it over if we were so to happen to occupy it. So we do obviously have our transport fleet here as well, which we can move up. Our nearest planet that they have is quite a ways away. Yes, it's just quite a ways away.
Technology secured.
So we've got cruiser hull points plus 500%, which should help us in this war. And yes, so plasma thruster, which means that our ships will be able to move a bit faster and hopefully also be a bit more maneuverable and not get hit by too many things. So advanced research complexes. So we are getting fairly into the bits of technology where we can clear those out in a short while of time, but then we also have a few options where, you know, it's going to be a lot longer to manage. So, and because of that gateway that's opened, we do now, or we are in diplomatic range. Wait. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, yes, well met. What the? What on earth? Okay, I'm going to need to explain this. Slash... What has happened? Okay, prosperous unification. Okay, yes, you are exactly the same. So how on earth... Okay, there's an unexplored natural wormhole. Yes, okay. But how on earth did you manage to get all the way over here? Okay, wow, they managed to pull something off. I have no idea how they managed to do it, but they pulled that off. I don't know how, when, why, or anything like that. Oh well, that's interesting. Anyway, we want to focus on the war. So we obviously have a good choke point to Imdal against the Inaris here. I can't really see anything else unless we manage to, like, seriously just push through and carve out all of their territory up to, yeah, basically back up to this system here. and then they basically have nothing left if that's the case. So where else can we go? Okay, so some people are guaranteeing the independence of others. And where are your main fleets? Okay, so what do you have? So some crystals. So 200 rare crystals in exchange for 1 population. No, we're good. If that was, say, the volatile motes, it may have been more interesting and useful. Yeah, they have got an awful lot of starfleets kind of just all over the place. So if they reinforce this much, that's still at 5,000. And that's still at 2.6k. Those were ones that we did originally have under our control. So I think let's reinforce that a little bit. And I think while we're going to wait for that, I'm going to be taking a short break. So I'm just going to put the intermission screen up. Chat will obviously still be open. So I'll just put this up for a bit while I have a break. And I will see people in a short amount of time. Oh, okay, gotten a bit of a drink, so hopefully that should
Complete.
alleviate some things. So there we go, we have that. And we can also upgrade our mining stations. Actually go for a railgun, seeing as we do seem to have been lacking in that area. Okay, so who is coming through? Okay, yep, so just the Carabiniers traders, that is fine.
Intellectual booty.
We have that option, and yes, I'll go for positronic AI just so we can potentially have some of those options. So, council election imminent. So will be held in 76 days. Current top candidates are the Human Star Corps, the Tebazoid Mercantile Union, and the Opar Commissariat. Yeah. As expected. So situation log. Yeah, basically the top three. We are still in 8th place, but we have gone up a tiny bit. So that does also obviously tell me that whoever is second in terms of points is obviously another fallen empire, because I do believe the game options, I had 2 of them.
Research complete.
So we have this one, and I think we were going to push forwards on this. There we go, we have the railgun, and I guess advanced railgun. And there we go, the members of the galactic community have voted to establish a Galactic Council. So this is the one that is going to be the pain to us, because they are the ones that are going to be trying to halt our efforts to become the crisis.
Hostile
Which
station engaged.
going to say in which point, let's have a look at this. So we are at 810 points, so we are slowly getting there. How are we doing against the Inari? Well, they have 35, we have 35% more exhaustion, they have 68%. This is another essentially very Cold War. The Opans, they are at 22% and we are at 18%. And we want to make sure that we come down and around here rather than running through this, which has almost, well, not almost, over 10,000 fleet power. And we can see a teeny tiny little fleet down here. That is so cute. So 5.4 fleet versus 5.4 station. And some people are really being not independent, arbitrary on their systems. Oh. Okay, we're going to win this without problem. But I say without a problem, we are still going to... Okay, so Human Star Corps have leveraged their council powers to declare the resolution repeal regulatory facilitation and emergency measure. So what is this one then? So obviously repeals the regulatory facilitation resolution. So let's have a look. Where is that one? Okay. So they don't want that one for whatever reason. It is interesting to see. I will actually oppose that, even though it's probably not going to do much. And... oh, okay, so we do have a fleet of about 6,000 coming through here. So it's probably worth, yes. So does this still have... I don't want to see that, I want to see the shipyard. This does still have... okay, yep, so that will repair here. And we can also reinforce from this, maybe? Okay, no, that's not going to reinforce from here.
Intellectual booty.
Special field generator, communications jammer. There is a shipyard, it's just not going to be something that allows us to reinforce. Okay, so that was a lot of things popping up. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Let's unlock that one, and then we can get this, which will take us another 50 months, but we will be able to get a new perk. Yes, neutronium armor will be very important for us. And we can get an auto-curating vault. Administrator output plus 15%. I think we'll go for artificial moral codes and get that one done. So fleet there has been fully repaired. And honestly, we are going to be waiting just a tiny bit, and hopefully we're not going to get... Yeah, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered by these. We're going to get absolutely slaughtered. But we should be able to draw it to a standstill. And if necessary, can we... Gosh, I'm just trying to think. Okay, unfortunately the only path, or the quickest path from here to here, is through Inari space, or we kind of go all the way around here, which is not going to be something that we'll be able to accomplish. But hopefully with the fact that we are holding the station here, okay, and we cannot do that while the starbase is under occupation, so while we do own it and we can use it as a base and repair our fleets, we cannot use it as something to actually... we can't really use it as a shipyard option. And yeah, like here, so the Opera Commissariat are like simultaneously guaranteeing the independence of someone, then revoking it, then guaranteeing it, and then revoking it again. So we have some unemployed populations here and here. We can upgrade a massive amount of things, so I think we might actually do the research complex. We do have more than enough of the exotic gases. Yes, we have more than enough of the exotic gases for that one. And similarly here, Hollow Theatre, we are okay on population, housing and amenities rather. So do we have any of the special like remote harvesting traps, or the gas extraction wells, or the crystal mines? Yes, we do indeed have those. Let's go for the moat harvesting traps and get that one. That only gives us one job, but it does mean that we can get 3 additional volatile moats per month. You are fine, I guess. So apparently we do require planetary administration to upgrade this, so okay, go on, yeah. We'll upgrade that one. Might as well. I know we have some debris somewhere. We
Research complete.
cannot really focus on that one at the moment. So we do have another option to get some more claim influence and war exhaustion down. Yes, so I think that is just one of those repeatable technologies. So we will just keep on with that. Inari swearing at us. Nothing that we need to overly worry ourselves with.
Intellectual booty.
That should be. Yep, the auto research technologies. So that has unlocked the option here where we can click this, and that will just automatically select. There we go. Chemical plants may not necessarily have been what I wanted to select, but it does mean that that is one fewer thing that we have to look into. Now the other two I will keep on manual. So the new Mystic Order has been destroyed. Following in a hostile encounter with the 001 Matrix, the once bustling merchant of Numa Caravan is now little more than interstellar scrapyard. So, oh dear, yes. So this, at least to me, is going to be the interesting thing, because we are attempting to become the Crisis, but then we also have the 001 Matrix, which basically wants to just get rid of all organic life in the galaxy. So it may honestly be a situation where we become the Crisis, defeat down the 001 matrix and save everyone, but everyone is under our control, which is an interesting situation to be in, even if I just say so personally. So how much power does that one have? 6.1. Okay. Yeah, we can see it's obviously picked up something else already. We don't have to worry about that too much. And where else? What else and where else can we reinforce? So that is coming in from the Europa station. So that is very close by, which is good to see. So yes, we could be in a very interesting situation with us becoming the crisis. So 825 menace. So yeah.
Intellectual booty.
And there we go, already researching the next thing. So I do have to remember, for some of them, I do have to remember which ones are being auto-selected for research. And which ones are ones that we can just leave be. So let's push forwards into this one, because this will be, if we manage to hold it, taking back our territory that was stolen from us at the beginning. Like at the I think first session that we had. Okay, there we go. So we do need to research this one. Battleship hull points plus 800, or all round armor hit points plus 5%. Ooh. Yeah, so it's a rare technology versus one that is going to be take us absolutely forever to get. So that'll be 58 months versus 34 months. Yeah, advanced battleship hulls. We'll have to grab that one. How are we doing here? Yep. So 5.1. That would be enough to take care of this, but unfortunately there is almost a 10,000 fleet power. So let's repair. Then hopefully we'll be able to upgrade it in a moment when it finishes. There we go. Oh, okay, no, we can't upgrade it. So we want to cancel that, because that will, upgrading will send it all the way back into our territory, and we don't want that. And now used against the allied Gregaria. Ooh. Hey, so apparently we are in the Gregaria. Where was that? So obviously that means that we've come into contact with someone. Oh, here they are. Tiny, tiny little system. So this was my previous attempt at being the crisis. I basically did a species based on the locusts. So it was arthropoid, insectoid, so egalitarian, xenophobe and materialist. So somewhat similar to ours. So this may have been... I'm not actually sure if some of your species can be set as pre-spaceflight ones, but that is very interesting. That is very interesting that they have suddenly popped into existence. Or seem to anyway. Okay, so we now have reduced war exhaustion gains. And yeah, let's actually set this one as random as well, because that is probably going to pick from the ones that are going to be done the soonest. So we will just need to keep an eye out for the engineering ones. And where are you? Yep. Or not, you're just waiting there. I mean, you could sweep in and just completely wipe me out, Just saying. You can easily do that. And apparently we've been lacking in the consumer goods for a bit. So frequency tuning, okay, so that is not one that we want to keep an eye on. So yes, just the engineering. I need to remember that we just want the engineering. What could be upgraded here? A fair few different things. So we do need, obviously, some more consumer goods. So where can we potentially get those from? So that would be using even more, so we don't want that. Same with that one. So we could do this one to get us a bit more energy, but we seem to be absolutely fine on that. This one over here. So we need a few more amenities. And that would, yeah, be more than enough in terms of that. And we can build ourselves a new city district as well and get that running. Yeah, these fleets, I don't know why it is just sitting there. It can easily come in and take over.
Intellectual booty.
Oh dear, ban organic slave trade. And one more tradition. There we go. So, what ascension perk can we go for now? Because obviously some of these turn up as you develop your empire. Some of them only become unlocked when you actually have a specific number already unlocked. So hydrocentric, we could actually start turning all our planets, or all the planets that we have, into oceans. Enigmatic engineering is one that seems to only really be good in multiplayer because it stops the other player empires from grabbing any research. Nihilistic acquisition, we don't really want that one. We could go for evolutionary mastery because we have taken the engineered evolution, which allows us to modify our species. Galactic force projection, so we can increase our naval capacity and fleet command limit. Defender of the Galaxy, don't really want to bother with. Interstellar Dominion, same with that one. Galactic Contender, maybe, because I mean the Fallen Empires are probably going to awaken at some point. One Vision, Mastery of Nature. Transcendent Learning. Yeah, this is always an interesting choice when I kind of get around to this level, because we have some of these options down here. So inner compatibility we're never going to be able to get because we are not xenophile. So Arcology project would require the anti-gravity engineering technology. Galactic Wonders, we need mega engineering and repaired or fully upgraded any mega structure. Similarly, Master Builders needs mega engineering. Voidborn, World Shaper. So Mind over Matter and Transcendence, we could go down that route if we were psionic. We also have The Flesh is Weak and Synthetic Evolution, which would turn our species synthetic. But obviously we have already taken Engineered Evolution, so we are locked out of that. And then the Colossus project, if we had Titans unlocked, we could start getting planet killer weapons, which is probably one that I am going to keep an eye on and try and get Titans, because how can we be the Crisis if we don't have a planet killer weapon? So for now, I think we will take, where is it? Evolutionary Mastery. Ooh! Oh my goodness, is that what triggers us talking to the dragon? Is it taking the second, the like the second tier options? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Time passes and with it my doubts. From small beginnings have I watched you, often despairing at your frequent immaturity and yet always roaring in delight at your successes. Now I find you've grown, that your civilization has matured and is ready to be entrusted with the ultimate responsibility, parenthood. It is time for you to rededicate yourselves to rearing my children. Oh my goodness, yes. So I wonder if this is, I mean, so this could easily be triggered by having 4 Ascension perks. It could be triggered by having both the level 1 and level 2 of the ability to direct where your species is going. So for instance, we've taken the evolutionary mastery 1, which means that we can genetically modify our species. The other 2 were the becoming synthetics and being psionics. Or it could have just been anything and this was just a coincidence, but oh my goodness, yes! So we could go, wait, what? So this was your plan all along? What do we get in return? If we refuse, we are honoured to accept. So Pickling Star Coalition becomes the new owner of Horozgar of the Endless Flames. We will be able to build dragon hatcheries and star bases from which we will be able to recruit up to 10 fledgling dragons. Or we can go, we thank you for this offer, but we must turn it down, in which we gain 500 influence and a sky dragon will depart. Given that we've chosen the Here Be Dragons starting option, why would we turn it down? So, to be perfectly candid, I have long awaited this day. When I set out from home, I was little more than a whelp. I journeyed far and wide before I came across a planet with the potential to produce a faster civilization that would one day be ready to raise my children. So, in our home galaxy, there were many of my kind, each seeking out a nascent civilization to raise their young, but I'm the first to my knowledge to have come so far. What do we get in return? A fully grown guardian dragon is a formidable foe. If you agree, I will pledge myself and my offspring to your cause and we will aid you in battle. If we refuse, then you will have made your choice and I will leave. I have waited a long time, I can wait longer. So yes, we are honoured to accept. Excellent, I need you to say yes. You will not regret this. And anyway, so evolutionary mastery. Gone are the days when the survival of our species was at the mercy of chance. When a pickling's fate was decided on the whims of nature in the genetic lottery, the engineers of our time work not in steel and concrete, but in the very building blocks of life itself. With advanced gene modification, we will secure the future of our nation. It's like, yeah, who cares about that? We have a bloody dragon in our fleet now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look. So, military power, we have no idea, because it just has a skull. So I have no idea what the military fleet power is, like, genuinely. They're not allowed to change the leader of this fleet. And a home base, you know what, you are going to be set just to our home system. Oh my goodness, yes. So, okay, so it said shipyards. There we go, fledgling dragon. Ah, okay, we need living metal and a dragon hatchery. Okay. So where is that dragon hatchery? Down here? Okay, so we need the citadel upgrade and we need living metal. So market, is anyone selling living metal? No, they are not. That is slightly annoying. We do have it down here. And let me actually have a look in technology. So that is an engineering research. And nope, that is not one that we can do, unfortunately. Oh, okay. So why are we suddenly consuming a whole lot more food? Is that because you need it for upkeep, or has just something happened? I'm not 100% sure. But what we can do, so we can actually have a look. Which one is suddenly losing a lot of food? Minus 15, minus... Yeah, okay, it must be that the dragon is just eating a whole load of food. So you know what? Agriculture districts for almost everyone. Almost everyone. You do you. We don't really need any of that. An agricultural district. And an agricultural district. Agricultural districts for everyone.
Technology secured.
There we go, and that is, yep, just a standard research we don't need to worry about. So what can you offer us? We have a leader. Okay, so what would that give us? Skill 3 governor, no thank you. Don't need to worry about that. Market, can we buy some more food? Just to kind of bump us up a little bit. Yes, but it is going to be... We're going to have to kind of balance things out a little bit. Oh, the Tebozoids have declared war on the 001 Matrix. Well, that is going to be interesting to see how it ends up. So we can send you over here. And honestly, I have no idea what this is going to do. I have no idea what this is going to do to our fleet power. We are, or the Inaris are honestly almost at 100% war exhaustion. So they are going to get Franfred, but that is probably going to be about it. Planetary restructuring, okay, that's fine. And... ooh, I was going to say, who is... okay, so they have finally pushed forwards. I think that's a bit late, though. I think that's probably a bit late for you. Okay, so they have taken that one, but they are at 100% war exhaustion. And they only partially control it because there is a planet there. So anyway, settle status quo. Yep, so you will get Franfred. That is fine for me. Let's just wait for that to go through. And there we go. So yes, they now control that bit. And they are obviously starting to lay claim to a bunch of our other systems. So we can activate one of our relics. And how are you doing on the crisis? 850, 85% of the way there. Oh, and I want to merge you. Does that work? Yes, it does. So we have one Sky Dragon. So Sky Dragon Legend class. And that is Sky Dragon Rosgar. Okay, so we can actually see it now. Military power 45,000. You know what? You know what? I think we're going to be okay. Because suddenly we are equivalent to the Opars. We are equivalent to the Opars. The Inari are inferior to us. The Empire of Berdia are pathetic. The human Stalkor are equivalent. The human Diaspora are inferior. I think the Sky Dragon or Space Dragon, Sky Dragon came in at the perfect time. Well. So that is about 10,000 fleet power versus 50,000. You know what? Shall we go in and absolutely slaughter them? Let's go in and absolutely slaughter them. Turn the speed down.
Technology secured.
Turn the speed down. Let's have a look. Because they have, I think, one... So they have battleships, cruisers, corvettes, and destroyers. This is going to be a slaughter. This is going to be fantastic. Oh my god, okay, we're warping in. We're warping in. We are at slow. Oh my goodness, look at that, look at that! Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, and I just want to keep an eye. Where is the Sky Dragon? Yes, yes, it is a dragon! It is the Sky Dragon! We have the Sky Dragon in our fleet! She herself is worth like 45,000 or 40,000 fleet power. Yeah, she is worth 45,000 fleet power. How does it attack? I don't bloody care. We can't really see. So I don't think we can. I don't think we can specifically see. No, we can't see. Like, our scanners can make no sense of the strange vessel. So all I can do is click disband, which I don't really want to do. So, yeah, that would actually be nice. Googling it would help. I imagine it might honestly just be a situation where she comes along and just crushes everything with her jaws. Aurelian, hello! First time chatter. So is she permanent or will she leave when her eggs are hatched? From the sounds of it, she is permanent, and you yourself can also have up to 10 little fledglings. So I think obviously she is like has a massive fleet power just on her own, and I think obviously, if I'm going to take a guess, I think her fledglings, hatchlings will be like 4,500 each. But yes, it sounds very much like she is going to stay, because she was apparently watching and waiting for us to get to a specific development level so that we could be entrusted with taking care of her young. But she is now like in full, like we have full control of her. So all of our other ships are basically just being absolutely destroyed, but the Sky Dragon is just tearing through them all. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that is a fantastic thing. And let's have a look at our crisis thing. 935. Oh, we unfortunately, I don't think we can change our war goal, so this is going to absolutely like, our control of the Empire is going to be in tatters when we win this war, but it is going to be so worth it. It is going to be so worth it.
Technology secured.
Okay, and that is not the research that we want to be keeping an eye on. So let's see, where do we actually have claims? Where can we push all the way through to? So let's claim all of, well, I say all of, let's just claim those ones. Then we can get that one and that one. And then, yeah, so we're going to be taking quite a lot of space from the Opars, and they are going to be very... These people have been a pain in my side since pretty much the beginning. Blue Coneflower, so the Sky Dragon uses energy weapons and armor. That is good to know. So yes, we can see here, I think she is honestly... Oh no, we do still have 2 cruisers left, just about. So yeah, we can see that she has 150,000 fleet power and almost 105,000 armor. And there we go. Yep, the upkeep 100 food. That would be why we suddenly just absolutely our food production absolutely tanked when we got her into the fleet. So tachyon sensors, that is still not something that we are wanting to look for. That could not have honestly come at a better time. That could not have come at a better time. You are wanting to come down to here from the sounds of it. Yes, indeed. So, yes, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that happening when it did. So anyway, okay, yes. So we'll go for the robotic assault army and start getting our military up as a robotic system. So yeah, okay, there. I think we can see it. I think we can see. Okay, yep. So she is using kind of like the lightning attacks that I can see there. But this is, I mean, she is going to single-handedly win us this war. It seems like argumenters. Yes, that may be what I was trying to remember, and the math may be a particle beam. Honestly, I would say whatever, but that would sound dismissive, so it's not a whatever to what you're saying. It's a, I don't care what weapon she has, she is just absolutely cutting through them. I was like, I don't care what weapon she has, whatever she has, she is doing an absolutely brilliant job. So yeah, this will be a fantastic boon to us becoming the Crisis. Can you imagine us sweeping through the galaxy with her at the front? Oh, and we actually have a new first contact thing. That's been a good while. Ah, here we go. We are Legion. Picnic Star Coalition will not be denied. The impressive efforts of our unity are undeniable. A deep-seated motivation and hunger for expansion permeates every corner of society. What chance does a galaxy full of different opinions, random resource distribution, and clashing interests have against a concourse such as the will of the Picnic Star Coalition? Though it shall special product the unseen ripples. Menacing corvettes are now available for construction. So let's go into Society Management and Crisis. There we go. So we now have a menacing corvette. Damage versus star bases is plus 30%. And war exhaustion gain minus 75%. Add to that the fact that we have the last bow as one of our relics, which means we can terraform any planet into a Gaia world and get a couple of new bow whenever we do that. Okay, this, compared to my previous attempt when the Nemesis DLC came out, this is immense. Yeah. It seems like if you want to become the Crisis in the galaxy, create a species that has the Here Be Dragons thing as your start. Because as soon as you get control of your dragon, that is going to be it. No one is going to be able to stand up against you. Anyway, so situation log. That was not the right one. Oh, there it is. No, we were on the right one. So the unseen ripples take us 19 months to finish, and we'll unlock the option for the next level of the Crisis. So there's someone down here. It might be one of the like artisan troops. So who do we not want to bother with? The Inaris.
Intellectual booty.
That is the Hypercoms Forum. Okay, not quite, but we do have 2 months left with the engineering research, so we will just wait here. And oh my goodness. So the question is, we have claims on pretty much everything. That's going to cost us 220. That will cost us 240. Oh. Okay, I will claim that one for now. And yeah, let's just go. Let's just go hit them hard. because we have clone armies, we should now have robotic armies
Technology secure.
as well that we can get. Let me just have a look at that. So armies recruit. Oh, so yeah, we've got the Odronites as well, which give us exactly the same. Oh no, they've got more health, so it would be better to actually have them. And then the regular assault armies. So the Baldronites. Which ones are you? Okay, so yeah, you are the lithoid species. Okay, that makes sense. That should be what I was expecting. New research here. And at least for the time being, will enable auto research, so that's one less thing I need to worry about, as our Sky Dragon is just completely slaughtering our enemies. So what can you offer us? A level 3 scientist? Not interested. I think ours are at like level 6. So oh, I'm sorry, we're up against a... Oh, we go to fight the Tianquis. It doesn't look like we are just moving on. I'm sorry, I know I sound like ridiculously ecstatic, but that is honestly because I am. Okay, so those are... Right, so the ones that are here look like they're just the mining drones. So what do we have a lack of here? A severe lack of minerals, but we are still doing plus 30. Probably could benefit with some more food. Yeah, I've been waiting for this, because when they announced the Aquatics DLC and they showed the dragon, because obviously they like showed the initial bits where you were interacting with her, and then they stepped forwards to actually show that she would be available as an option to be in your fleet, but they didn't say anything about obviously how long it would take, how you were able to get her into your fleet. So the fact that I have it now is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, she's experienced. I cannot remember how the rankings go. I cannot remember how the rankings go. But oh my goodness. Actually, I'll quickly have a look at that. So, fleet. What is that? Fleet rank. Let me have a look. So, space warfare. And... Ah, there we go. Okay. So there's 4 ranks. Regular, 0 to 99. Experienced, which is 100 to 999. So I have the... Basically, on all of my star bases, I always put the add-on that allows everyone to start with 100 experience points, so they will always start with experienced. So that gives plus 10% damage. And then veteran is a minimum of 1,000 experience points, which gives plus 20% damage, plus 5% hull points, and plus 5% evasion. And then elite is 10,000 experience points. So plus 40% damage, plus 10% hull points, and plus 10% evasion. So there is a trait, Martial Alliance, that I'm just going to have a quick look at. So Martial Alliance, we probably need to be militaristic. Interesting. But I can't actually see that, so that may be one that you need to unlock a bit later. Oh no, it's... Okay, I got it. It's a federation. Okay, so it's not an option that you have on the galaxy itself, but... Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, this is This is better than I could have hoped for. This is seriously better than I could have hoped for.
Technology secured.
But you know we're going to just completely win all of this anyway. So we might as well just run everything through and just defend the territory that we have taken. And just... yeah, just basically use our dragon power to completely cut through this empire, seeing as they are at 96% war exhaustion. We know that we are going to win effortlessly. And take back some of our land. So me pushing forwards to...
A special project
finished. Okay, and the next level of our crisis progression has been unlocked. So pushing forwards to this was probably a little bit of a mistake, because it means that we have 2 choke points that we would need to focus on, but we have the dragon, so does it really matter? And do we have any systems that are only partially occupied? Let me just have a look. So fully. And yes, I know there is a UI change for when it's partially versus fully occupied, but I don't 100% trust myself to notice the difference, which I know is... bad is the wrong word, but it is... like, I would rather hover over it and check. Okay, so we are severely lacking in energy, minerals, and consumer goods here. What are we buying on the market? So we could reduce the amount of food that we're buying, and we could also reduce that. And do we need to sell all of those to actually be getting money? Let me just wait for the next month to tick over.
Intellectual booty.
Nope, we're good on that. Okay, yep, there we go, drone study. Okay, and that has just finished. So situation log and drone study. Yes, we can now cut through the galaxy. We've unlocked the option to get to level 3, which is about another 900 menace, which, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be ecstatic. This is gonna work. Like, the synergies on this is just brilliant. The synergy on this is just brilliant. Okay, so we are using some rare resources. Let's see. Do we have an option for the volatile motes here? Gas extraction wells, crystal mines. Okay, so just the standard chemical plants, which is obviously going to be taking up minerals. So instead we will do that and upgrade some hollow theatres as well while we are waiting for this one. Yep, so I did just look at this one. So we could upgrade the hollow theatres, but we do have just about enough amenities for everyone. So more mining and... yep, more mining, so we can bump that up, because obviously the more minerals we have, the more we can use to work into the system and get more complex things, so more consumer goods, more of the rare resources, and all of that good stuff. And what can we do here? So administrative park, probably not. And actually, so we have 39 amenities here, so we could replace this with something else, like for instance a robot assembly plant. Research institute, no. Okay, so we can't put any of those. Oh no, we can. There's a chemical plant. We could put that down. And what else? No, we could just really put a chemical plant down here. Do we not have the others researched? Oh well. Let's put down a robot assembly plant and actually maybe get some robots into our empire. So we can say easy prey to... So extra damage to ancient mining drones. No, what I always prefer to do is just say fascinating to it, because that 10% extra mining output always seems to be a lot better. Okay, so the old pans are at 100% raw exhaustion. So we can say we want to settle the status quo.
Intellectual booty.
Wait a few moments. And there we go. So we've got most of our system back. And what I actually want to do is go right here and start upgrading this starport, because this is going to be our rather annoying... okay, there's 3 links into this, so this is going to be a slightly annoying choke point because it's going to have 3, but I'm just going to basically park my great big dragon there, and that is going to be what we use for the future. So, the Birdiers, when can we declare war against you? Right now. The Inari, when can we declare war against you? 23-24, 5 years time. And the Opars, we can declare war against you in 10 years. So, let's have a think, shall we? So this fleet up here can pretty much stay here. We have 5,000 minerals that we can use to upgrade everything. We can upgrade this to a citadel, which I will indeed do. And then that should give us all of these building slots that we can get. We desperately need to find that living metal research technology in order to be able to get some new dragons up. We can do that. So let's see. So we want to basically create a new fleet for down here. So this one. So how much does the Sky Dragon itself? Command limit usage 32. So 19 minus 32 is 58. So we basically just need to decrease this by 10. Oops. That was not decrease it by 10. It was okay, 17.43 evasion, 77. You know what, it's probably actually going to be better to do that. So yep, that's 58. We can reinforce that. We have enough alloys to do all of that with no problem. And then we want to create a new one. So this is going to have that. So we'll do
Technology secured.
20 of that. We will ignore the destroyers. We will want... How many cruisers do we have? So that's going to be 60. That's going to be 90. We want to do that, and we want to add 1 battleship in. So that is going to be a little bit high. If we reduce that, that will be fine. If we say 5 there, that will be fine. And if we say 15, will that be enough to get a second battleship there? Yes, it will. Okay. So we will need almost 7,000 minerals, 15,000 alloys, 21 rare gases. I can't see how many, not rare gases, exotic gases. I can't see how many rare minerals, rare crystals. So we're going to have to wait on this for a tiny bit. to get it all sorted out, but hopefully we'll do that for the destroyers.
Intellectual booty.
So we have another tradition that we can adopt. So domination is obviously more about planetary domination than anything else. So adaptability. I think I almost want adaptability and prosperity, and then we have one more. So diplomacy, we could do domination, harmony. Not really, not really, not really. Okay, so I think we're actually going to go adaptability. Yeah, adaptability, prosperity, and domination. Which one do we want to do first? I think we'll adopt prosperity as our next one. And we will continue along on that one. So administrative park, that takes 1 rare crystal at the moment. That will obviously take +2. And take some consumer goods, so we need a bit more of those. So we have a robot assembly plant and we've got our population. Yes, we've got our robots coming through. So, and let's just say...
Research complete.
There we go, so you are assigned to that station, and we will upgrade this again. And... yeah, destroy our whole points and put that back onto random once more. The Gregarian, my last attempt at becoming the Crisis, has joined the Galactic community.
Research complete.
So we will wait for that to come through. And we need some more... did I not upgrade that? I thought I had. But anyway, so we'll upgrade that. And where are we in terms of... okay, so here will probably be the best. We can build another one of those. And we also need a bit more food. So yeah, let's just go here. And yeah, we'll do another one here as well as... no, we don't want a city district because we have plenty of amenities. So yes, we want a hollow theatre. Oh, who just died? Oh, one of our admirals. Oh, that's a shame. So, okay, not someone that was apparently leading a fleet, which is fine. So we'll actually get rid of you so we can clear up a bit of space.
Technology secured.
And there we go. Yep, sure, we'll pass in. Just let me know when you're back. No worries about that. So, I think I will leave upgrading these until we push through and just completely destroy the birdiers, because I don't think they have anything.
Ever stronger.
So, ingenious, nomadic, resilient, quarrelsome, and solitary. So defense army damage plus 50%. No. They don't really have anything that I would particularly want. As bad as that is to say, they just don't interest me. There's not really anything I think that they would be beneficial for. So Arctic world, so 60%, but we can always settle the Arctic world and make it into a Gaia world anyway. That's not really a worry for me. So our fleet manager.
Technology secured.
So let's do this one. And send that down over here, and we should be able to just completely destroy the birdiers pretty soon. And that will be a nice thing to see.
Stronger.
There we go, Citadel. So what can we add here? So we have a Fleet Academy, which gives us some ship starting experience, and the listening post, which means we can see further in to the system. And what else of interest could we get? We could always leave a space for a dragon hatchery. But passing, I'm back, going to watch the stream for bed. Yeah, no worries. I know it's getting to... I was going to say it's getting a bit late, but no, that's just about 7 o'clock where you are. So yeah, no worries. If you need to switch off and get to sleep, then I hope you feel better tomorrow. And I'll, if not see you in the Discord, hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next stream if that happens. So Command Center Transit Hub. We could always go for a deep space black site. That could be something interesting. Or a defense grid supercomputer. No, there's nothing really there that interests me. So what shall we put instead? A second shipyard and a second hangar bay for that one. And similarly here, so we want a shipyard, hangar bay, missile battery and a gun battery. And buildings, we want a fleet academy. Just basically setting up the standard things that I tend to put on every single system. So I do have a target uplink computer here. And I was going to say, who are you? But just the birdies again. So fleet reinforcements in transit, which is absolutely fine. And so, what is our Empire Sprawl?
Intellectual booty.
So not really anything that we can modify on that. So synthetic crystal plants. We have that now. And what is everyone else researching? Yep, no problem. Well, soon I just wanted to let you know that there's no obligation to stay around. And yeah, it was no trouble helping out with the story. If you want some assistance in the future, just let me know / post it up, and if no one else gets to it, then I'm sure I'll get to it in time. So unfortunately we did lose one of our scientists. And let's just see. Oh, yes. So this is always good when we actually get the robots in, because then we start getting scientists with the AI assistants. So research speed plus 10%, which is what you get here for Spark of Genius anyway. And if you so happen to still need to survey and research anomalies, those give bonuses as well. So we will recruit you and put you in place 4 there. That is nice to see. So the human star core. Oh, so the human star core is now going to guarantee the independence of the birdiers. Because apparently the human star core now has a bird as their ruler. Just because, okay. So I'll put someone in here just so that we can actually get some intelligence up about them. And Inari. So we don't have anyone for you, but do we have anyone? So has favours to collect. Truce, closed borders. So you are guaranteeing the independence of a couple of others. But it doesn't look like anyone is guaranteeing your independence. So when was that? 23-24 that we can declare war against them. So it might be worth trying to fight off the Inaris first. And then try and go down here, because the human star core is equivalent to us, at least for the moment, while we are still building up our fleet. Okay, so we are up here, so let's pair you, then we can upgrade and then reinforce.
We grow
And
ever
you
stronger.
should be, yes. So you have got the standard kind of outlay that I like to have. There we go, upgrading ships, and then we can reinforce for a bit. Yeah, the fact that the dragon hatchlings are going to require some living metal is going to be a little bit annoying, because that is probably one of the most difficult ones to actually get, in my opinion and experience. But honestly, that may be why they've done it, because it is such a Hey, why are you not actually connected up to the trade network? And neither are you. I mean, you should be able to. Sectors, trade routes. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, I have no idea why that's being as fussy as it is. And then, yeah, okay, there we go. I don't know why that was saying it wasn't all connected. It just needed a few little tweaks. So the OPA has declared war on the 001 Matrix. So, seriously, how on earth are you getting there? Because we can't see where the wormhole goes. That implies that obviously that wormhole has not been opened. And you have a couple of systems there. Yeah. And so you've got a couple here. Wormhole. Can't access those. So the only thing that I can think of is that maybe there's some sort of connection up here that I'm not aware of.
Research complete.
I have no idea. That is still going to just be a complete mystery to me. So what can we upgrade here? So we can upgrade our alloy foundries. I think we're okay with that. I think it might actually be better to replace that with the civilian industry and change that around, because we have, or we're getting almost 100 minerals a month. We're also getting quite a bit of food as well. Let's actually remove that one where we're buying that, and hopefully once that gets built up we should start seeing a bit of a change in where we are getting our resources from. We have more than enough housing, so once again we will do a hollow theatre for you. You probably want, yep, an upgrade to your hollow theatre for the moment. You are absolutely fine on that. You want an upgrade. You want... You will want a hollow theatre. And we are doing fine here. There is one mid-level specialist job. Let's do that. Oh my goodness, okay, and we've just pushed over to plus 24 consumer goods. So we can see how much that changed things. Well. So where is... Yeah, you should be heading down here. And we need a new admiral, so let's do one with advanced scouting. Reinforce that. And how are you doing up here? So we can just quickly upgrade you, because we are obviously getting quite a few different options in and resources. And it's almost a situation where we have as many things needing upgrading every month as we are actually getting the research for, which is always going to be an interesting thing to do. So where we are with the Sky Dragon, we don't have an easy path over to the Birdiers, but we do have a good path over to the Inari. So yes, I think they are honestly going to be our next target. and try and see if we can. Now, the question is, so you are arid preference. So intelligent, nomadic, enduring, quarrelsome, and unruly. Honestly, you can kind of tell the species that I create because they always tend to have similar traits on it. So something like that increases the leader lifespan or makes them strong, or the intelligent trait. So maybe we'll integrate them rather than just completely destroying them. But either way. Yep, so let's do standard construction templates and get our districts and whatnot developed a bit quicker. So commercial zones, we are fine on that. So planetary capital, upkeep of 8 energy, and yes, let's upgrade that. And do this here, upgrade the Hollow Theatre. Oh, I didn't want to close that. And so one standard job. Oh, and we're actually starting to not run out of energy, but we are starting to get a, well, we basically need to have a look, see where we can get some more energy, like here. We can get that down, and that might mean that people start moving around. So features, dangerous wildlife and massive glacier, we do need to clear those out at some point. Everywhere else, okay, there is still a planetary blocker here. Impassable mountains, let's just get rid of that. And recheck where we are. So can we declare war against you? Yes, we can. So human diaspora and the Husko dynastic union. So the human diaspora, I don't think they will still be able to get through to us. But the Huskos, we don't know about them. Their technology and economy is inferior. They do have 12 planets. Maybe it'll actually be easier to go to war against the Picklings in a couple of years, especially seeing as they already have a war going on the other side of the galaxy, quite literally. So let's actually have a look. Where are we? We are still at number 8, but hopefully we'll be able to go through and get a few more. Okay, so we are running a bit low on rare crystals, so that would also be an option to add in. So yeah, like crystal mines here. Where is this? So do we have an option to have an additional... Yes, so we can have an additional crystal mine here. Mineral purification plants, don't need to worry about that.
Technology secured.
Yeah, we could have a crystal mine. And did I actually just see... So yes, because we have a crystalline caverns here, we can have that as an option. So maybe I've been looking through the slightly wrong things, but never mind. And we obviously want some more energy production. And what decisions can we actually do? Any of them here? Nothing specific. That is telling us that we can use our relic once more. Because honestly, I think if we manage to take over quite a lot of the all power, then we have a look to see what traits you have. So, fleeting, so leader lifespan minus 10 years. Yeah, you are not a good species for me to try and integrate into my population, unfortunately. So I think you are just going to be completely destroyed. Sad to say it, but that's the way things happen. And then that would obviously put us against the human Star Core, and that would actually let them have an opening into our galaxy. We are back to being positive with most things. Still lacking a job here, so let's do some more energy output, and what can be upgraded here, which is the planetary capital. And we have a couple of options here, including the stronghold, but seeing as we're now up to 58% stability, I think we are okay. So the Huskos have now become pacifistic, which could be in our favour. Let me just have a look at where else. Okay. So you aren't doing too well. You need a lot more amenities. So could I actually demolish this? Yes, I know. I know. Bear with me, game. I know what I'm doing. Because this one gives 6 housing each, but also brings in a clerk job, so which produces trade value and amenities. But we've got plenty of housing, so what we honestly probably just want is another hyper entertainment forum / do a holo theatre and upgrade that. And also a mining district, because this planet is a bit low on minerals. So anyway, that is 13%, 59, 54, 55. Yeah, basically, so long as anything is above 50%, I consider that absolutely fine. So yes, we are shifting things around a little bit here. But we should be good in the long run. We are running everything at a positive, not quite necessarily as positive as I would necessarily like. So we do probably want to move a couple of people over here. Oh, there we go. So I think this is actually our first death in terms of our Primarch. So new elections are underway. So these are our options. So we have import-export, market fee, reduced market fee and increased trade value, which is neutral, architectural sense, so slight bonuses in terms of building costs, increased food and a tiny increase in population speed, so probably not. And all of these are actually quite old as well, so these might not stick around for too much longer. So you have exactly the same traits as this one. So your agenda is to secure the borders, which could be good. Defense platform build cost down, damage and hull points up, but again you are 165. So this may be someone that we don't necessarily keep around for too long, just simply because, you know, they are just like, they are skilled, but they are quite at the high point of their lifespan. So anyway, resilient, so plus 25 years, and home in the sky, star-based module, slave optimizations, we don't really have slaves, so home in the sky once again, and frontier spirit. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna elect you and you'll reign until your death. So we had this person die at 168 years old, and this person is 165. So we could be seeing a new election in as little as 5 years, which is obviously not necessarily going to be amazing for us. So we said we were probably going to be going up against the Opars. Let's upgrade, and more militarist attraction, which is fine for us, as we are, or that would benefit us in the long term in terms of just where we would be for the system. And so there we go.
Technology secured.
I'm just going to see what other options we have available for research and just see if we want to do anything specific. Tracking implants. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that is one of the subterfuge things. So we could have cryo revitalization centers, a healthier and longer living population, food processing centers. I think actually I will choose the genetic resequencing and advanced traits for that one, because then that will mean that we can actually go through and, you know, start actually really getting down to adjusting our species. So, yep, so you are back up to 58% ability. You are still down at 23%. So decisions. Let's do a distribute luxury goods, which will cost us 300 consumer goods, but amenities plus 25% and immigration pool plus 25%, which means people will be coming here a lot more and hopefully filling up this job and dealing with the amenities problem. Okay, so our governor has died, which is not a problem. We can just recruit one army veteran. Yeah, let's go for the army veteran. And as we have that as well, can we actually put a governor for here? No, okay. So that's no problem. How are we doing on terms of our fleet? Okay, we are apparently a little bit above where we should be in terms of okay, so yeah, we are a little bit above things. As we actually have, which one is it? The astrolite, yes. So we can probably remove those from you. Just because I know the dragon can probably take out pretty much anything on her own, but I do want to just keep that in mind and actually have some reinforcements around and available. Oh. Yeah, I'm still just trying to think, because it would be like nice to get a dragon hatchery around. Yeah, I think we'll put one there, even though we can't necessarily do it for the moment. So, the 24 runners. Your empire has come into possession of a cache of data containing the brain scans of an extinct species, taken from the very world they once inhabited. Our species is still too primitive to utilize the data. We laud your efforts in preserving this last remnant of a once vibrant civilization. As part of our efforts to conserve and catalogue endangered species in our Endangered Species Preserve, we wish to take this data and use our cloning technologies to bring a small number of this species back to life. So, a population of the long-dead Maloki species will be created. The 24 runners will be pleased and may show us favour in the future. So yes, I don't think we want to quite annoy them, at least not yet. Oh, okay, so there's actually a couple of people unemployed there. So let's move them over. So, oh, okay, they're one robot and one pickling. So a robot as an entertainer and a pickling as an entertainer. That's going to be quite an interesting mix. But there we go, we are up to 14 amenities now. And that will expire in about 9 years, which will be fine. We have 8 jobs available there, 2 there. So yes, this will be the focus of kind of getting people to emigrate over. That is looking fine, and we want to reinforce this fleet as well. Well, we have the resources. Let's upgrade that one. And let's just see how you are doing. So you are still equivalent. Interesting. Technology is the same and trade value is overwhelming. So we do have someone to sabotage if we get a tiny bit more intel. Yes, this is always an interesting thing. So human diaspora is here. Failed minor economic sanctions. Well, that's no matter to us. How is our details for the crisis doing? Still about the same. And the birdiers. So the Inari and the human Star Corps versus the human diaspora and the Huskos. And the Huskos are unknown, but their technology is inferior. So it may be a situation where they are just, you know, not really able to do much. So you know what? We have about an hour left. So let's declare war. Wipe them out. Existential expulsion.
Brace for collision. It's
There
off to
we
war
go.
with us.
So this is 5,000. And let's see, so there's 10,000 up there. And another 10,000. And 12,000. So this should be fairly interesting. Because basically we are going to be pushing forwards with our dragon as our main force. Okay, something is too high. Oh, we could probably just cancel that now. I think we'll be fine. Okay, and we do have 10,000 fleet power heading there. Yep, so we are positive across the board, and this is without needing to sell anything at all. Come on, there's a job available. New bowl, actually. Species. Do I have... Yes, okay, that might be the options. So we'll put you as resident. So no migration controls, no population controls. Colonization is going to be allowed. Yep, soldiers only. And we'll put you on to... I don't think you are particularly... No, you're not particularly high in terms of what's the word? Like you could be put up to the living standards, academic privilege.
The enemy is
But
in
you're
our sights.
not
Fire when ready.
really one that was like, they don't have a bonus to research to begin with,
We grow ever stronger.
but that should help us out and might explain why things have been a bit iffy in terms of why we've had unemployed population. Anyway, we have enough traditions. So city districts produce an additional 1 housing. Or building and district upkeep. I think we'll go with that one. Because these specialist pop resource output plus 5%. And city districts providing an additional clerk job is better for me. Ooh, okay, I didn't realise that. So the extermination one, we basically don't have to worry and wait for the end of the war to actually officially claim things. So there we go. Oh, and the Tepazoids have finished a gateway. I just love seeing the dragon. I just absolutely love seeing the dragon in battle. It's so good. But yes, we would not be able to do this. Okay, so we've gained this one because it was originally something that we either owned or we had a claim to. Okay, so it looks like it's because we had a claim to it. So we want to make sure we're a bit careful and probably claim some of these systems before we move into them. So if we do that, then we can move down into here. And that should obviously become part of our systems. Where is our nearest start? Thing. And we want to research projects in the system there. So do we still have any construction ships around? Yes, so one is there and one is over there. Oh, okay, we actually had some mining things that we could have done there. And also here as well. And we've got 22 trade that's kind of going, not necessarily to waste here, but we need to upgrade that to actually be able to gather it. And anything else of real importance, yes, that one there as well. So we'll upgrade those, and that is 13 star bases that we can thus have. There is a job that needs doing here. So what would be the most beneficial? And also someone needing a job here again as well. We will do that. Okay, so no, the claims system doesn't do anything. So this must be because this was originally our territory that they took over. That is cute. They really think they're going to manage to defeat us with that. But we're going to be going into the next system and defeating that resource. Defeating that fleet anyway. There we go. And back down here. So seeing as the Inaris are potentially going to be destroyed. So the Tebazoids were over here. Somewhere. Oh, yes. All the way up here. So what do we know about them? They are equivalent to us. Okay, so what we want to do is actually do one for the Hustos. Not that I think they're going to necessarily be around too much longer. So there we go. And we should just be able to bump up the speed and just basically run through this as much as we can. So we get 200 for destroying an empire, 250 for conquering a world, 200 for vassalizing an empire. Okay, so that has been researched. So research projects. And research the debris there. Because even if it is going to be just a tiny little amount, it's still going to be a benefit to us in the long run. So yes, the human diaspora are red. Oh, okay, so it does look like they can actually go through the human star core borders now. That probably would have been something that I should have checked, but either way, so 16,000. Yeah, if we stay here, we should be fine. And we honestly just have the Sky Dragon left there. Boy, you don't get to destroy that. You don't get to take that over. Yes, unfortunately, the I am going to need a new construction ship to actually take over this territory, because everyone is just honestly going to be grabbing it as they can. This is going to be the one downside of obviously having a new system, is that we are going to be having to come through here, research it, grab it, and then make sure that obviously no one else is able to grab it in our stead So we need a new society research. And naval capacity plus 30? Yes, please. So we should be absolutely fine on this. So we've essentially split their empire in half now. So this is going to be quite a intense battle because there are loads of different systems and whatnot around here. Desperately pushing out the fleets to try and reinforce, but we are going through. So this is one of the things where it is partially occupied, technically speaking, because there is there's multiple planets there. Speaking of, we do have this transport fleet, which is in orbit above Aura, so we can have a look and see what armies we have. We recruit. So still the same ones, still just the standard armies and the Gene Warrior armies. Let's recruit a few more of those and actually really build up that option. And yeah, the Opars are coming in here to try and take all of this territory. So we'll try and obviously take it back ourselves. It may be a bit of a tricky position. There's a scavenger bot there. I have no idea how strong that is actually going to be. We'll obviously have to come down and see. There's 16,000 there. Yes, the Sky Dragon does have armor, but hull points are a massive amount. So, and I think
we grow ever stronger.
Yeah, so where is it? Okay, so it doesn't say there, but obviously as an organic being, she does reinforce and repair pretty easily in terms of the options that she has. So we do have a science ship and a construction ship up here. So you know what, I'm going to be a bit cheeky and push forwards here. It seems like the majority of the fleet is trying to come down. Let's actually have a look. So yep, their fleet power is pathetic compared to us, at least at the moment. So, or actually, you know what I was saying about that? Are you two actually at war? So you are the overlord of someone? Nope, you're not at war with them. You don't have a Casus Belli. Doesn't look like you closed your borders to anyone either, so they are just hanging around there for whatever reason.
Technology secured.
So the Inari, you're going to be extinct soon. I wouldn't try and do that. I would not just try and decide you want to claim all of my territory when it's not even going to be yours in the immediate future. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we can build that, and that was the wrong thing. We want to move you over here to build the outpost. So our observation post has detected an illegal settlement. Ah, okay. Smugglers have come into contact with the natives. So raid the smuggler base. So we have... which one was it? Was it you or was it you? There we go. So there we go, so we can raid the smuggler base and try and remove them. So unfortunately the 001 matrix can now use the existential expulsion Casus Belli against us, which I think is the one that we're using against the Inari right now. So what can you offer us? Orbital trash disperser. Okay, so penetrating the defensive goods of planets. For 800. Orbital. Yes.
Intellectual booty.
You know what? I'll have a look at that. Orbital trash disperser. Spams a planet with millions of minute high velocity projectiles. Well, that actually seems half decent, all things considered. I don't know why you are just constantly trying to fly systems into there, but anyway. Oh. Okay, I was expecting that. So honestly, let's just get out of there. It looks like we're actually a lot faster than them, which is nice to see. Okay, there we go, and they are obviously going to be following us, so we want to hide behind the station. Okay, no, they're just hanging around in there. That's fine. Let's press on once more. So they've taken back this system from the looks of it, but they only have a 280 power station. Okay, so this is Transport Fleet 3 and 5. Let's actually send that one back there. And merge these. Because I think these ones should be a bit stronger.
Intellectual booty.
Okay, and let's just pause for a moment once again and go back up to Brialora. So yes, they are creating some more Gene Warriors. That would be 5. 6. Yeah, let's just try and bump that all the way up to 10. And then we can see what happens after that. We merge those two together, and we also will need a general. We can grab you. And one of our scientists has died. So our science ship right here needs a new leader. So we'll just say you and go over to Imdar Prime. Yes, we do have a research thing there. So you can come over and just assist research in this sector. And who else is where that we want to have a look at? So yes, if we come back here and defend this one, we are going to need to just make sure we manage things appropriately. Okay, and there we go. So our second leader has died, which I was kind of expecting. So we don't have enough influence to, well, influence the results at the moment. Honestly, I don't think I don't really think it's kind of like this one here would be good, plus he's only 85 years old because he has the battleship focus, so that would be an interesting one. But any of the others are kind of a bit, well, not mediocre, but average. So we'll have to come in and see how that goes. Maybe we'll be able to actually get some territory back. Let's upgrade that one once more. So, surprisingly, we are at 0% port exhaustion. And the Inaris are at 28%. Which is probably actually honestly to be expected, given the sheer difference in fleet power between us. So what can you offer us? So a new leader, a level 3 governor, no thank you. Once again, not really fussed about that. Are you pretty much healed up? Yes, you are. That's good. Let's go into here and start fighting around fleets, because I get the feeling that you are trying to go up and around here. So new tradition available, and we want specialist. Okay, so substance abuse and minus 20 years. That's fine. That didn't actually get selected, so let's try that again. And I just love the dragon. The dragon is just awesome. And if we send you down here, that's about 10,000. Ah, unfortunately. Okay, so that's our leader there then. Yeah, basically you can pretty much do nothing to the dragon at the moment. Oh, there we go. The years go by, and yet the fires within each pickling burns with unshakable determination. The pickling star coalition keeps growing. The new crisis perks have been unlocked. Menacing destroyers are now available. So we want to go up to the situation log. Become the crisis. So we can research this one. This will finish in 42 months. Society management, we are at level 3. So menacing destroyer we can now unlock. Ship build speed plus 50%. The Armageddon bombardment stance is unlocked. And misconfigured thrusters, so menacing corvette evasion plus 15%. And menacing corvette disengage chance plus 50%. So yeah, this is getting very, very interesting. Yes, these two options are synergizing excessively well. That is brilliant to see. So yes, we can send you through here and start taking that apart. And how are these two transport fleets doing? They are good, so we can move these up here to this system. Oh, not? Why can't? Oh, because I'm selecting an observation post. Yeah, that's not quite what I want.
Taking evasive action.
Oh, okay, that's only 1,500, but it is enough to obviously throw a bit of a spanner into the works for us. That is just a construction ship and a science ship, but it's going to be more than enough.
Science ship destroyed.
Yep, there we go.
Souls lost.
Science ship has been destroyed. Yeah, they can't touch us. They cannot touch the dragon. As you two should be merging. Yep, there we go. And then down to here. And oh my goodness, this is just being so much fun. This is just synergizing so well with the Become the Nemesis ideas. Become the Crisis, rather. And I obviously want to keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on everything that needs upgrading. So anyway, more food. What are we lacking here? Crystals. Probably actually do a bit of research. You are doing fine. And upgrade a bit of food again. So the smugglers have begun trading modern weapons and crude narcotic stimulants. Fighting out has broken between a few of the native kingdoms, and with their new weapons, casualties have been horrific. The cultural contamination is irreversible. Oh dear. Obviously that is about as good as it sounds, yes. Oops, nope, we want you to come back. That's not good. Okay, come on. Retreat. Okay, so that's been completely lost. We have no idea where it is. But we do have our enemies fighting against this ship. So how much are you? 2,600 versus 10,000. Yes, we can come up here. And, oh, this is going to be quite an interesting situation. We are going to have all of this new space. We are going to have massive empire sprawl. It's just going to be... Oh, let me just say, yes, chaotic is definitely going to be the word. This is just ridiculous. I hope they don't nerf. I hope they do not nerf the Sky Dragon, because it takes you so long to honestly get this that we are like not quite 150 years in. Ah, okay, so these are actually now being claimed by us. These systems are indeed being claimed by us now. Oh. And excuse me for a moment. But yes, I really hope they don't see this and nerf the Sky Dragon, because this has been worth all of the build-up. Okay, so we've got fleets in combat. Yep, there's one up there. And we probably want you to come down here as well. And where is that going to turn back up? In one day. Okay. You are still down there. Okay, so we'll move you back up here. And probably actually merge you with this fleet. So we can get those together. And actually we have a fair few species that we can come through. And... Oi! Start off. Okay, I'm going to park you there, because otherwise we are just going to be ping-ponging around, and that is not going to be a fun situation for anyone. Yeah, merge. Please. There we go, they're merging now. Okay, so we have a transport fleet with 1,000 army strength. So that can come up here, and can we attach this to anyone? It doesn't immediately look like it. So we're just going to have to make sure we keep it behind like this fleet here. Okay, it's probably going to take us a while to get through, but if we focus all of our resources at the same place, then we should be able to take things out without too much trouble. And we also obviously do want to focus on all of the planets that they have, so we can work through them. They're obviously taking some time to re-pick their territory that we've fought and defeated. So if we send that there, where are you? Fighting an outpost station.
Research complete.
I'm sorry. You're gonna get destroyed because you can't actually do anything. Okay, maybe you can. Right, so this looks like it should be doable. And I'm gonna put the speed up a bit more as well, because we don't need to be looking at any of the flight combat situations. We just honestly need to be making sure that we have both of these kind of going to the same areas. Okay, so the transport fleet is quicker than the actual fleet itself, so we want to give them a good amount of time to move in. So 50 days, 59 days. Okay, that was good timing. That was good timing. And this one is taking out this area. And our best system, we might as well actually go back here and build up another clone army. Let's do, yep, so they're now doing 4.2 to 8.4 damage. So 8 I think should be good. And let's have a look here. What are you missing? Again, a bit more crystals, bit of food. Yeah, let's get some civilian industries up on that planet. And what are you wanting? Probably, if we honestly just give you another bit of food. Zantikith, hello! Thank you for popping in and chatting. How are you doing today? And what could we benefit from here? Well, we could probably benefit from upgrading our civilian fabrication. And we have a fair few annoying little fleets around here as well. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to send our Sky Dragon up across there and reinforce that bit. So Science Nexus, our megastructure. So we want, yes. So it's slightly annoying that I can't actually kind of tell the transport fleet to follow behind one of the not science ships, the fleets itself.
Research complete.
So how much fleet power do we have here? Not that much. So let's send you up there. So I'm just trying to organise and figure out where we're going to go. So 39 days for them, 39 days for them. So we probably want to actually wait a little bit. And that's probably good. Okay, so pretty much as soon as it starts going across here, we want to send our transport fleet over. So fuel from another world. There is no longer any doubt that the very act of successfully expanding our empire is infused with the strange energies of the Shroud. So the next level of our crisis progression has been unlocked. Zant, is it okay if I call you Zant? Just bought the game, so curious about it. So there, so I'll say off the bat, I have all of the DLCs available for the game. So there may be some things, depending on what, if you've bought any DLCs or not, there may be some things that you won't necessarily see in your game. I'm far from an expert, but if you have any questions about any of the systems and anything that I am doing, feel free to pop your question in the chat and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. So as we are right here, with all the DLCs, I'm playing as an aquatic species with a start called, I think it's the dragon above. Here be dragons. And we are also becoming, or trying to become, the Crisis, which is basically the big bad of the galaxy. So Zant bought the complete bundle, okay. So the above still applies. If you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, I'll try and answer it as best as I can. Okay, there we go. So we have 1000 army power. They have 302, which is adorable. So let's go over here and land our armies and take over this planet. And then we will have our Sky Dragon come over here and park in this section because it's been really annoying with the armies and forces kind of ping-ponging between obviously where they are here and then coming through and retaking all the space that we've been trying to take off them. There we go. So now we control this system and we also have a disabled gateway. So, oh, we can actually upgrade it if we wanted to, but I think we will leave it for now because we are in the middle of a war and we don't necessarily know where that's going to lead. So So once again gain control of the Kesso system. I mean, we only just gained control of it, but okay, never mind. Let's go through here. So unemployment and poverty on Olympia. Oh, okay, that is one we've just taken over. That's probably why there's a ton. There's 12 unemployed pops, but there are 16 jobs. Probably because the Inaris are considered slaves. So I think we will say a few criminals are of no concern, and I'll just have a look at our species things. No, but we do. Ooh, we have the rackets. So Olympia, what species do you, or rather, what is on this planet? A load of rackets? Yes, indeed. So is this game fairly big to install? Let me have a look at my game. So it is... well, for mine it is about 15 gigs on local files. But once again, that is with like all of the DLCs. So some of them, like say... where is it? I just saw it. So it's like I've got things like the digital soundtrack and such. So those are fairly spacious in their own rights. And then obviously you've got space for all of the game files and saves as well. So let me just have a look. Yeah, okay, it's 15 gigs for essentially what you get for it isn't bad. I don't really play too many of the like big name AAA games, so games that end up being over about 10 gigs on install are, well, take up a fair amount of space in my opinion, but I have an absolute ton of space available on my computer, so in terms of how much it actually takes up isn't that much. So what do we have here? Ooh, they've been doing little orbital habitats. That's cute. That's cute. Let's go in and destroy them. Oh. Thank you very much for the follow, Zant. Yeah, with 15 DLCs, it's definitely pretty good. Some of the DLCs are like a few hundred megs each from what I can see. So it's mostly kind of like the base game resources. Oh, and we are apparently running out of quite a lot of energy. So if we get one up there, and yes, we wanted... I got distracted. We wanted to change the rights of the picklings. So we don't want them to be slaves. We want them to be standard residencies. Because as psionics, that is going to be absolutely brilliant. We are going to probably want to do some genetic engineering on them and make sure that they have a few different options available to them. So they are a tomb world preference, which means they have 60% habitability on everything else. So what are the conditions to win? So you can set it up in the game to have different win conditions. For this one here, I have hopefully turned off like the endgame crisis. So for us, if I go to the situation log, the victory condition for this game is basically whoever has the highest score on January the 1st, 2700 will win the game. You can see here, this is the 24 runners are in first place, and they're one of the fallen empires, so they start the game with like a massive amount of like troops, technology and such, so they're always going to be quite high up on the victory scores for a good while. We ourselves, we're number 7 here. So we are currently at war with the Inaris, who are in number 8, but we're honestly going to be probably going to war against the Olpars and going to war against the human Star Corps. soon enough, so that will give us a boost to our victory score as well. Some of the other conditions are that if you beat the endgame crisis, then you win, but like I said, I've hopefully disabled that, so for our situation it will instead be just whoever's there at the top. And so are you actually bombarding that or not? Okay, yes you are. Great, so where is our transport fleet? Over here. That has taken that. And we want to come back over here to take those areas out as well. So it is very much either get to the specified time that you set at the beginning of the game, or you defeat the endgame crisis. But obviously, depending on how long you set systems for, how long the endgame is, a lot of things can go on from starting the game until then. So the others have become more materialist. That doesn't overly change much. Okay, and where else are there systems that the Inari have? So there's a cluster up here, there's one down here, and then we've got these 3 down here as well. So I think if we... let's see... do you have a planet here? No, you just have a load of systems. So if we send you up here, then we can get rid of some of those fleets and destroy that. And then we can come around here, hopefully. Why is there no... why are you saying there's no route for the system? Because it is just across here. Or maybe it's just because we need to defeat this one first. That's probably more likely. Okay, so our armies. Let's split the fleet because there are multiple things that we are going to need to defeat. Land the armies there and land the armies there. And our coalition fleet is going to be taking out that 3rd habitat, which is at 28% devastation currently.
Our landing party has reached enemy shores.
So there we go.
The enemy is in our sights.
And we have control of a natural wormhole once again. Oh, and dear. Oh dear. So, one of the... I can't quite remember if this is a pre-made species or if this is one that I picked up from a list, but the 001 Continuance is a determined exterminator mechanoid race that will basically stop at nothing until all of the organic species in the galaxy are destroyed. And we have finally initiated first contact protocols with them, so we can actually just say respect our authority or else. Let's just say that because that is true.
We have taken their planet.
Okay.
Seize their credits.
And we have taken a habitat. Which, can we destroy this in any way? I'm not 100% sure. And also a planet, which is obviously going to be very, very unhappy because of everything that we've just been doing. So let's take you over here and let's get you to stop bombardment. Send you over. And let's land the armies.
Our landing party has reached enemy shores. Victory!
There we go. So we've got
Loyal crew.
full control of that system. And where else do we need to go? So we want to send this obviously around and up here. So that's going to be a little bit dangerous. So let's do that. So that is 185 days. Ooh, okay. So, someone, the commanding officer of the Horosco of Endless Flames, served with distinction during the recent engagement. They recognized the qualities of a promising flag officer and decided to promote the captain to the rank of full admiral. That is nice to see. So let's just have a look at that new admiral. So fleet logistics, there. So ship upkeep and ship weapons range. That is good. But it might actually be better if we replace you, I'm sorry, with this person, because not only are they younger, they've also got an additional trait.
Ahoy there! Enemy ships have been spotted!
Let's go across here.
Ahoy there! Enemy ships have been spotted!
Yes, I can see them, don't worry. So the Inari, yep, they're still trying to claim some of our systems, even though we are most likely going to win. Relic activation, we don't want to worry about that just yet. Got 14 months until we have a new system. So let's see, what species do we have here? So this is, okay, someone completely new. And there we go. Okay. So we have humans, Inari, and an enslaved population. So let's just sort this. Set rights. Undesirables, I think. Because, yeah, we've already got an intelligent species. And domination. Have a look at you. So you are very strong. Serviles. Okay, so you evolved alongside someone else. So actually we will set your rights. So you are basic residents. And decent conditions, so will be nice to you. The Gregoria, honestly, I think I would prefer the Usanants to you, so we will put you as undesirables and exterminate. The new bows have residents. The Inari are another ones that we are going to mark as undesirable and just exterminate them. And the Pickling is our base species, so we should be left with the Picklings, the Aldronites, the Usanances, and our small but increasing robot population. And that should obviously also help with everything that we are having trouble with in terms of a lack of energy, a lack of crystals. So seriously, can I just completely destroy this or not? I am really not sure. The decision. Nope, that doesn't look like it. Okay. So we are unfortunately just going to have to deal with some of these. And it is showing that on some occasions, subjugating a race is going to be a lot better than actually trying to destroy it. So where are you going to? I think actually I will send you over here and we will do the same with that. And we will just get you to come over here and mop that up. Because we do have obviously some of these planets where we can actually get some armies from. So what can we do? What is the best one? 4.8. Okay, yeah, so 4, 5 and 6. 6 species down, 6 armies down there. So then we can send this one over to here without too much trouble. And you are heading over here, so this one will head over, and obviously as soon as we can conquer one planet we can create a few more invasion armies for that one. Let's actually just close some of these for the moment because this is just getting fairly messy in terms of what we have. Civilian ships, yes, I'm really starting to miss that mod that has the minimize options for the outliner. So 1492 and 562, yes, we can defeat you without a problem and move you upwards as well. There wasn't anything here. There's just a couple of mining stations. A new tradition available, so let's go for that one. And the council election is imminent. So same again, there's not really going to be a change in who's going to be ruling on that. And we've got a new transport fleet over here. Let's give it a general.
Research complete.
Let's do that, and let's actually recruit a couple more. So we'll recruit you. We have a couple of resilient, increased lifespan. Just so we also have a few different options for our new leaders if it comes to it. Okay, so that one has been taken over, but there is obviously still the planet that we need to work on. And apparently there is a colony ship around here. So I don't quite know what they are intending to colonize, because you are just going to run straight into our dragon. Yep, there we go. Oh, and that actually has some volatile motes in it. That is good to see. So we'll send you back over there. And you've been holding out on some good stuff in REs. You've been holding out on some really good stuff.
Booty.
Once again, move you up here. There is a construction ship, but that is no problem. And are we increasing just about? So obviously we have these construction ships that are coming back in that are going to be taking up some of the space we have. Is there any? No, but that is a very pretty system. So we want to come over here and cut through this. There are a multitude of planets there that we're going to need to conquer, and also there's still all of these ones down here as well. So I'm very surprised at how well this has been going. It's been going a lot better than I was actually anticipating. And let's actually just send you over there to defeat that one. There is still a minus 150 in terms of energy. So what can we potentially sell? So we're losing a lot of exotic gases and rare crystals. Can't really sell any of those. Probably sell a bunch of the alloys and a bunch of food as well. So 10, 20, 30. Yep, let's do that for the time being and just get that and hope that bumps our energy. Yep. So energy is back up to positive. And then come across to here. So 500, 800. Oh, you've actually got quite a bit of fleet down there then. So we'll park you there. And where is that? That is there. Okay, 418. How much is the defensive population down here? 201. So what I actually could do is just get the dragon to come over and start bombarding the planet. That will soften the target up, and if we get lucky, that actually means the army will get destroyed before too long. And let's actually have a look at our policies. So war doctrines. So no, we want rapid deployment for that. Yep, so our diplomatic stance, let's do this premise. Change all of these up. Orbital bombardment. Okay, so we do have that as an indiscriminate. Just wanted to see if we did. First contact protocol, land appropriation, resettlement, native enlightenment. Okay, so that's probably about all we can necessarily change here. So we do have just indiscriminate orbital bombardment. I was just trying to see if we had any other options, which doesn't look like we do.
Research complete.
So unfortunately we do have some of the fleets coming around here. And where was that big one? Up there. So if we fight and repair you, you would need to go all the way down there, which is not appropriate. My goodness. Okay, well. Where should we go? So you are there, you are still all the way over there, and you are a small fleet comparatively speaking. Yeah, let's push through. Because we obviously have our dragon here, kind of guarding this area. So as soon as we start taking out some more planets, we should be without too much of a fuss. And once again, let's just speed things up because this is getting a little bit tedious. Making sure we have all of this ready. So land the armies, you are 201 fleet power, or defensive power anyway. Transport fleet 11. Why have you suddenly gone missing in action? Ah, right, because someone's come in, swooped around and tried to take over. Devastation is at 11%, and honestly I think I'm just going to leave our dragon there to do all of that. Oh, what was that? Invasion?
Victory! Drink up my loyal crew.
Okay, that was what we were expecting. So we will send once again all the way up here. Once again, I don't know why it says we have once again gained control. Ooh. Oh dear. Wait, 001 can... Oh my goodness. Okay, no, those are two completely different species. So the 001 matrix is the determined exterminators. The 001 continuance is one of the fallen empires, the custodians. Right. That makes sense. And yes, the 001s are number 2. Oh, second in terms of score, overall game score. Okay, so you are probably going to be defeated. I am honestly don't really matter too much, as bad as that sounds. And then we can come back up here. How much do you have? Not that much. Oh, no, actually we want to stay here and defeat you. You are going to the next system. We will just follow you. There we go.
Technology secure.
So we are starting to get a little bit worn down, but we are still doing well. There we go. So we have defeated all of the nations and everything, so we can put and land a territory. Then we have that one to conquer. We have at least one in here and one in here to conquer. And then we are going to have to basically swoop in and try and claim as much territory as we can before any of our neighbours get the idea to come in.
Our landing party has reached enemy shores.
There we go. And actually I'm going to have a look at our research sectors as well, just to see what we potentially have. So you were currently researching plasma cannon. So we could get sapient combat AI. Shield hit points up 5%. Yeah, the one you were on was fine. Reprocessing centers. Yep, that's fine. Habitats we don't really want to bother with. Titans. I'm glad I checked that. I'm glad I checked that because we want those Titans.
We have taken their planet. Seize their credits.
There we go. So that's another planet down. Across to here. Yes, that's one we've probably just taken over. I'm aware of that. We are really going to need... Oh, a great change is coming. So we are on the verge of realizing our supreme goal. Our experience of forceful expansion still rewards us with new ways to subjugate our enemies and usurp control of a galaxy in turmoil. So issue special project, Tearing the Fabric. So once again, turn to the situation log. Research will take 51 months. Is that going to block the Titans? Yes, unfortunately so. But, oh my goodness, Galactic Nemesis, Crisis level 4. So, we now have Life Swatter, Menacing Destroyer tracking plus 30%, Ship weapon damage plus 50%, and we can get a Menacing Cruiser. So now we just need 10,000 total Menace before we can get all of these. So we can get a Star Eater, Menacing Cruiser hull points, and ship upkeep minus 30%. So we will obviously need to figure out what we are going to do with all of these new planets and systems that are under our control. Because at the moment they are just going to be an absolute pain. So land the armies. How is this planet doing? 33% devastation, so that's not going as quickly as I hoped it would. But there are, I don't think, any other planets around here that we necessarily need. Okay, so the Huskos have joined in, finally. The fact that we are so close in colour to the 001 continuance is going to be a bit annoying.
Enemy landing party incoming.
So Scythia, where is that? Or is this... Okay, I have no idea where that one was, but it can't matter too much, can it? Seeing as, nope, none of our systems down here have been taken. So it could honestly have been this one. It may have been that one, but never mind. Okay, how are we doing for time? It is unfortunately coming up to 1/2 past. But we have that one available. Yep, okay, that's just warning me about even more stuff going on. Oh my goodness, okay, that was why it's taking an absolute age. I was sending the wrong transport fleet over, whoops. That was why it was taking absolutely forever. So we do have a transport fleet here. So we could actually order you to come over here and merge with that one, and then we can send through items for this one. 44%, we are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so it looks like you are trying to take that planet back. Ah, yes, this might have been the one that they were talking about that we've just lost. Yes, because we have no armies there, actually. Okay, so society research. So we could do mega shipyards, fleet command limit, tomb world habitability. We don't really need fleet command limit for the moment. I'm happy where we are with 130 for each fleet. Bio revitalization centers. Now let's go for the mega shipyard. We'll go for the mega shipyard. So I'm probably going to be pushing forwards a little over my usual amount of time.
Its riches plundered.
Because I want to try and destroy the Inari before we finish up for today. Because that will leave us in an interesting position for next week. 51%. destroyed there. That will leave us in an interesting position for next week.
Enemy ships have been spotted.
Because we will have recently conquered one species, and then we can look towards hunkering down, figuring out what we're going to do after that. And yes, that is just going to be...
Our landing party has reached enemy shores.
So I'm sending our dragon up and across here to try and fight all of these, and then we're going to send it down here with our other transport, with our landing transport fleet. And of course they just took that opportunity to come back here and reclaim that. But we can move up here. Tell you to come in and fight. Here we are at the fastest speed.
Enemy landing party incoming.
Okay, so who is landing where then? Ah, okay, some more over here. Right. So they are taking back some of the systems. So you want to, yes, send you up, down and around over here. And new physics research. Gateway construction. Sentry array. I'll just let you choose. Guardian point defense. I had a feeling you might go for that. But anyway, we can come around. That has been... Yep. So we can come in here and take this. And what do we need to focus on beyond that? I think so long as we manage to completely hold all of their planets, they will be wiped out.
Our landing party has reached enemy shores.
So the last one is probably going to be at Corpus here, which is going to be a bit aggravating. But so we want to keep our planets there. So the Tebazoids have embraced cybernetics and are now the post-Tebazoids. Is going to be a fun thing to witness.
The enemy has seized our stronghold.
So we want to come down here and clear this bit out so that our transport ship that is there will be able to be escorted through without too much trouble. So how many planets do we need to defeat or retake?
Engaging the enemy.
Quite a
Prepare the
few.
boarding parties. And there we go, we have the Huskos coming through. So we'll just move up there and try and head them off at least a little bit. And the Obbers have declared war against us. I was waiting for that, honestly. New tradition, so we can adopt that one. And new ascension perk. So let's unlock Master Builders, because we have unlocked the options to create megastructures, and that is going to be a massive boon to our empire going forwards. So where else do we have some problems? So we want to go immediately over to here. And I think we will probably also create a new fleet. So let's go to the fleet manager, create a new one. So we want 15 menacing corvettes. No, we don't want any menacing destroyers. We want menacing cruisers. How many of those? 8. And battleship. That will be 71, 72. Yep. So we'll create that. That will probably be built up around Orobria, unfortunately. Yes, there it is. So you want to set your home base to grand thread. Where is that one? There it is. So assign that to base and return. And then we want to get a new leader. Gale speed. That will do for me.
Fleet engaged.
And we will come through that. And that will also help us push through here. Okay, so unfortunately the Albers are going to be a pain, as per usual. Okay, I was going to say, do we actually have control of that system? No, it just looks like it. So we want to send you over here so we can land the army. And there goes our space dragon, or sky dragon. Just wandering around and patrolling. So how much is here? Not that many. So you are already pretty damaging.
Special project is finished.
And there we go. Okay, so seeing as we are actually fighting a two-way war at the moment, we have put our forces and reinforced enough to hopefully take out the Inari next time. So the end is nigh. This day marks the beginning of the final chapter. We now have a plan on how to tear open the barrier between worlds and let the energies of the Shroud become one with our universe, ultimately granting Picting Star Coalition powers beyond reckoning. Using our own sun as the focal point, we will gather sufficient quantities of energy in this reality to power a surge that will pierce the barrier to the Shroud, effectively merging it with ours. We need to harvest the power of multiple suns using new mobile space fortresses called Star Eaters. The only little side effect of the sun harvest process is that the surrounding celestial bodies may suffer compromised structural integrity and complete obliteration. But that is a small price to pay for the powers that will be ours. The end of the beginning is upon us. The final level of our crisis progression has been unlocked. So that also means that we are now back to researching the Titan technology. And let's go to society management. So we've unlocked this. We don't quite have the menace for it yet, but as soon as we do, we will unlock the options to create an heterophasic engine frame, eclipse and apocalypse, so we can unlock the Star Eater type of ship. Our menacing cruisers gain 30% hull points, and our ship upkeep is reduced by 30%. So we basically have all of these options. So Crisis Empire and Menace and Engine, Menace objectives. Oops, sorry. That's also probably a sign I need to wrap it up because I tend to get hiccups when I've been talking a bit too long. So we have 6,335 Menace. And of the... So that is 10,000 that we need for level 5. Yep. So we are pretty much 63% of the way there. Our economy somehow is managing to stabilise and balance despite the, well... Probably, actually, because we've purged most of everyone. So there's a ton of jobs going. There's a ton of jobs around. That is probably quite why. But anyway, so ships and star bases. We seem to be doing absolutely fine. And I think probably we will leave it there for today. So thank you very much to everyone who's popped in, had a chat, had a look at what's been going on. Thank you very much for that. We will be back streaming on Tuesday at 6 PM. Still game to be decided. I've got a couple that I'm still working my way through and trying to decide which ones I want to be streaming. But I hope to see people there. And for now, I want to just say I hope everyone has a good evening and has a good rest of the weekend. And I will see people on Tuesday. Bye bye for now.